I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook. Hi everyone and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a decom podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Farrant, and I've got some sad news. Luke Westaway, my other host, did unfortunately pass away in a stampede to meet the author of the book, My Super Secret Diary, how it became a whatever it was called in Read and Weave. Anyway, a bunch of people were stampeding. He got caught in that and unfortunately did pass away. But don't worry, listeners. I have here a copy of the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, which I'm going to read from and bring Luke back to life easily. So here we go. Klaatu, Barata, Niktu. There we go.
Yes. Hello there. Yes, I'm Mark Kermode, or what Andy believes Mark Kermode to sound like. Yeah.
What are you doing here, Kermode? I was trying to resurrect Luke using the Necronomicon. Why are you here?
Well, when I heard that this podcast was about life size, I thought I'd be on trend and come, and instead of your beloved loved one coming back, maybe someone you don't really like and annoys you would just show up and be irritating for 90 minutes.
Just like you, isn't it, Kermode? Jump on the bandwagon. Have you been using Luke's hairbrush? Is that why? Did I pluck a few of your greasy locks of...
Well, it's not... Point one, it's not grease. It's pomade, Brill cream. It's sophisticated products for maintaining a very distinguished, a classic look. So...
Right, yeah. There's got to be another spell in here somewhere that will turn you back. No, carry on, Kermode. I'd love to hear what you think about life size. Broadly, I enjoyed it.
It's handsomely mounted. The cinematography is...
All right, here we go. I found it. Kermode, be gone. Fringer Frank from.
I'm Simon Mayo!
No, God damn it. Hang on. All right, here we go.
No, it's too late. I've stolen the book.
Mayo, you gotta go. No, there we go. I remembered it. I already memorised it.
I've got the book and I'm on the ceiling now. I'm eating the book.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm just... here we go. Here's a killing curse. Let me just try that.
I'll bring Luke back. I'll bring Luke back on one condition.
Okay, what is it? What is it, Mayor?
Oh, you'd love to know the condition, wouldn't you? You have to agree first.
For God's sake, yes. All right, fine.
I'll be back. Oh, Andy, my gosh. I saw a bright light, and then I saw...
You got stampeded by all those kids trying to get their book signed by...
I did.
Her name was. Yeah.
By...
Izzy.
Kenny or Lenny.
Lenny. The stinky troll. Yeah.
Yeah, from Read It and
But don't worry, you're alive now. I've struck a devil's bargain with Simon Mayo.
Oh, you did? No. Andy, I told you, if anything ever happens to me, don't be tempted to make a devil's bargain with Simon Mayo.
Yeah, I thought it was weirdly specific.
It would bring me back, but at what terrible cost.
Oh, well, we have to do this episode on life size. I'm not doing it on my own.
Cool. Okay, well, yeah, I'm ready to talk about life size and... double ready to apologise to Mark Kermode and Simon Mayo, institutions of the podcasting world. Boy, I'm a fan. Okay, shall we talk about... What shall we hear about? Shall we hear an advert for life size?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Yeah.
The last thing Casey wanted was a doll.
This is Eve.
Let's go to the mall. I'll put her in someplace real special.
But this was one birthday gift guaranteed to keep on giving.
I'm Eve, and you're my special friend.
You better watch it, lady.
Now, one tall toy.
Do you know I'm anatomically correct?
And one girl with an attitude.
This is all a big mistake, and I'm turning you back.
You can't do that.
Are gonna have to learn to play nice.
Okay, arrest me.
That does it. I'm out of here.
I'm a great secretary.
This is a disaster.
Please help me.
The Parent Trap's Lindsay Lohan and Tyra Banks in a magical comedy that proves that great things really do come in small packages.
What happened to my purse?
Disney presents Life Size, now on video and DVD.
Okay. Anything you want to get off your chest before we get into this one? I suppose we should mention that it's decom adjacent because it's another one from the wonderful world of Disney.
The wonderful world of Disney, yes. What I will say is this is a fucking weird movie.
Yeah, my enjoyment of this film was like a roller coaster that only went down. It was like there was an initial climb, a kind of kind of going up. Like the first 10 minutes, I was so into it, and then it just crashes and it won't stop crashing, and it just gets weird. It's got a really sinister sort of erotic energy that I 100% didn't expect and didn't enjoy.
Yeah, it feels a lot like one of the sort of hornier episodes of The Outer Limits.
Yes, right.
But it's also, there's a kid in it as well, and it's sort of
briefly.
She's ostensibly the main character, but isn't in it. Is barely in it, and whenever she is, she's really unlikable.
Yeah, she's just quickly pushed to one side to tell the story of a terrible dad whose the attitude is rewarded with a living doll with the mind of a child to be his new wife. And she just like won't stop sort of loving on him and telling him he's handsome, and just sort of, oh man, it's okay.
I think like when Margot Robbie announced that she was making a Barbie film, a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? How's that even going to work? That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
And then Barbie came out and it was actually good. But I think what people were imagining when they were thinking, oh no, that'll be bad, was this film.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was very, very brave of Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie to make Barbie, even though this film exists.
Well, someone had to do it.
Do you think there's a chance that they sat together and watched it for sort of research?
I think they may well have done. I think I'd had never heard of this film, but I think like a lot of people do at least remember it in the States.
Well, it's Lindsay Lohan, it's Tyra Banks, big hitters.
Yeah, that's the other thing about
cast.
this film is there's a lot of actors in it who I strongly associate with a particular role. Yeah. And so it makes it kind of hard to see them as anyone else.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, we'll get into it as we go.
Okay, welcome to the parable of a little girl driven by grief over the loss of her mother, who tries a magic spell that creates a sexual doll for her dad to kiss. We open on a doll commercial.
Yeah.
It's a TV commercial for the Eve doll. Here's Eve at the Sand and Sea Club, the advert tells us.
Yep.
There's a Fun and Sun convertible. It's very sort of vintage Barbie vibes.
Yeah. She talks, it says. Remember, don't pollute our oceans, says Eve. She goes to the mall. It's fun to dress up, she says. I look awesome. Don't wear fur. This Eve is apparently quite sort of preachy, I guess.
Yeah, preachy and narcissistic. She's like, I look amazing. Stop polluting.
Look at these great shoes. Don't pollute the oceans.
Yeah.
I'm made of plastic. Don't use plastic. So that's
Stop
good.
filling our oceans with plastic crap. Gestures broadly to accessories range. So many
Eve
tiny non-biodegradable stilettos getting lodged in fish mouths.
So Eve is ready to come home to Sunnyvale, where the sun always shines. She's got all these careers she can be: a doctor, a cop, a scientist. She's at a grand ball. I'm Eve and you're my special friend, she says. And then we get sort of television static and we're in the real world now.
Yeah, seems like this Eve doll is a real rocket ride to the moon. Smash cut to Toy Store. Eve dolls marked down.
Eve dolls are unpopular.
They are desperately unpopular. I don't want a doll. I want something with microchips, says a disgusted child observing Eve, speaking directly with the mouth of a frustrated TV movie writer who's like, these kids today, all they want is their Furbies.
Yeah, exactly. What's got microchips? I don't know. A BlackBerry? What does she want? What's she talking about? It's very non-specific.
Yeah. The idea that a kid would say, I want something with microchips, and wouldn't specifically say, I want a Furby. I think Furby was like, what was this? This is the year 2000, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is peak Furby.
So I did actually, when I was desperate to not watch any more life size, get a bit distracted and start looking up like what the top selling toys were when this came out.
When this came out?
Would you like to know them?
Well, I assume it was written a few years before, you'd think. Although, I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was written the week before it came out. That would make more sense.
Okay, so Toy of the Year 2000, according to the Toy Retailers Association. Texter, a robot dog.
What? Texter?
The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire board game.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
What?
It really
God.
was.
Every boy and girl wanted a little Chris Tarrant or Regis Philbin in their living room.
Pokemon trading cards and Kids Biz WWF wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Baby Annabelle.
It's a shame one of those didn't come to life in this film. Be a lot better.
Yeah,
Instead
that
of like
would.
kissing on her dad, they'd be like tombstone pile driving him through his car windshield.
Furby, Razor Scooters. Oh, Bratz dolls, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and who can forget Beyblades? Ninjago. No, not Ninjago. Bionicle. You gotta...
Oh, Bionicle,
Yeah.
of course.
So anyway, this little girl who desperately wants Bionicle sadly surveys Eve and thinks, I wish I was getting some microchip
with
Bionicles.
Yeah, so the toy store owner is exasperated. It used to be that they couldn't keep those dolls on the shelves. Now it's all high-tech this and high-tech that, says the toy store owner. So sell those, you idiot.
Yeah, why don't you try selling the toy? You
The
can't tell
toys
me.
the kids want.
You can't tell me that this toy store owner is particularly emotionally invested in the success of the Eve doll. Who cares?
Refuses to stock popular toys because she feels strongly that kids should play with Eve.
Feels strongly that kids need Eve's message of recycling when you can.
Of not playing with a plastic doll.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, Eve is unpopular. Cut to high school American football practice. All the kids are out playing on the field and we see two of the kids start fighting. You drop the ball again, one yells at the other viciously. You throw like a girl, the other one retorts. They tear their helmets off in a rage, revealing that one of them is a girl. That's right, Lindsay Lohan, aka Casey Stewart.
That's exactly how I've written it in my notes as
Is
well.
it?
A good girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what the film's doing, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like,
I know, it really is.
yeah, the way that it's shot, it's like the director sort of looking at you going, you're not going to believe this next bit.
You're not going to believe what's about
Get
to
ready,
happen.
get
but
ready.
this.
Wait, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. What were you expecting? It's a girl.
Girl.
It's a girl.
Right. I'll be accepting my best director Oscar now, Greta Gerwig.
Okay.
So yeah, go play with your dolls, K-Soid, says the boy. He is named Wiener. Get a life, Wiener head, says Casey. I hate dolls as much as I hate you.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't get this on the Disney Channel, would you?
It was on the Disney Channel, but yeah.
Oh,
You're
sure.
right.
But like it's a subtle distinction, isn't it? A Disney Channel original movie wouldn't have "Get a life, Wiener head. I hate dolls as much as I hate you."
I'll kill you.
I'll kill
like
you
I
and your
killed the
family.
last quarterback. Yeah.
So the coach tells Casey that she's too enraged. It's just a game. Her behaviour of screaming at Wiener Boy has to stop. She looks unapologetic and scans the crowd haughtily.
Yeah.
We cut again to a skyscraper, a business meeting.
Uh-huh.
There is a businessman in there. He checks his watch. 3:00. Oh no, I missed Casey's game again. He moans.
Yeah.
It is, of course, Casey's terrible dad.
Casey's terrible dad, as played by Jere Burns from Justified, an actor I entirely associate with the role of the flamboyant weirdo criminal mastermind Win Duffy. Made it very hard to watch him as a sort of doting father in this movie.
Doting father?
Well, okay, right.
Terrible.
A mostly terrible dad trying to do better in this movie when all I've seen him do in Justified is sort of lie around in tanning beds in tiny little pants and hit on Raylan Givens. So,
okay, that's very interesting. That's going to have given you, I think, a very, very different viewing experience to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm immediately very cross with this dad because he's like, 3:00. Oh no, I missed Casey's game again. How can you have such a bad grasp on time? Like, normally in this film, the trope would be the terrible dad squeals up to the parking lot just as the game ends, right? Or as the lights are being switched off, or just as just after the big home run. But he's literally mid-meeting across town. Like,
yeah, right. There's no way he would have made it.
There's no.
He's like, oh no, I just missed it.
And he's missed it. How does time pass for him? He wants to go to Casey's game, but suddenly mid-meeting he realises, oh, it's finished.
Well, they cut from the game to him. So yeah, the game is finished. The game is, I don't know how long American football games are, but well over an hour, presumably.
Oh, well, okay. So I did some research on this as well, because again...
You really didn't want to watch this.
I really didn't. Okay. So the game is probably 48 minutes of play with stoppage.
Yeah.
Closer to like 90 minutes is probably reasonable for like high school football, according to my research. So yeah, it's like a 90-minute long game. So he wanted to get there.
So he will have needed to have left at like sort of midday, really.
Yeah. He's been unaware of the time for at least
for three hours.
For 3 hours. Yeah.
Well, okay, that's the that's the setup of the dad's character. The camera then cuts to his friend Richie, who is regrettably for Luke and I, played by the actor Garwin Sanford, who, if you've listened to our Extra Helpings bonus podcasts, is a recurring character in So Weird, where he plays Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius, which... Again, I can only see him as Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius, whereas in this, he's playing a kind of sex lawyer.
Yeah, and it makes this film really hard to watch because I have a lot of fondness for Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius, who can normally be found working behind the desk of a 3-star Polynesian hotel. But... in this film, he's just a sort of sex mad,
he's a sex-crazed lawyer.
Sex-crazed lawyer who's like hubba hubba, homina homina.
It's sort of like Michael Douglas in a 90s erotic thriller.
Yeah.
He's goofy Tad Raxel from So Weird.
Yeah, it's no good.
So we've got Wynn Duffy from Justified and Tad Raxel from So Weird trying to be high-powered lawyers, and I'm just like, you're neither of those things.
Yeah, this is not working. Don't be too hard on yourself, says a woman called Drew, who knows that dads put too much pressure on themselves to be present in their children's lives. Yes, says Tad Raxel. Remember all those days you spent teaching Casey to play ball when you could have been pigging out on pizza with me and watching NFL? What? So we learn that in the old days, this dad, he used to be, for the movie, all you need to know is that the dad used to be very present in Casey's life and used to play football with her all the time.
Yeah.
But it's baffling to me that he's getting accolades because he used to spend time with his daughter instead of eating pizza with Tad Raxel.
With Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius.
Like, wow, Dad of the Year. He could have eaten pizza with Tad Raxel, but instead he didn't.
He could have gone to this guy's apartment and laid around in their pants eating pizza and watching the NFL. But instead, he chose to spend time with his family.
Been regaled by stories of Tad Raxel's sexual conquests while chowing down on a mighty meaty. But instead, he taught his daughter how to play football. What a hero.
Well, he's one of the good ones for sure.
So Dad says things have changed and looks sad and serious.
Yeah.
They say, come and have lunch with us. That'll cheer you up. He says, no, thanks. I'm going to eat here. Trying to make partner is one thing, says Drew, but you were working way too hard. And then she invites him to go round to her house with eyes that say, I'm doing everything I can to become an evil stepmom.
Yeah. She says, what if I cook a fabulous dinner for you and Casey at my house tomorrow? I promise it'll be tofu free.
What?
Tofu, just a sort of punchline on its own. You don't really need to write a joke. You just say the word tofu and that's funny.
Yeah, how about this? Vegans. Yeah. I'm busted up over here.
Dad says, I can't. It's Casey's birthday and I promised we'd have dinner, just her and me. See, you are a great dad, says Drew and leaves.
Wow.
That's right. He's going to have dinner with his daughter on her birthday. Dad of the Year over here.
It's what every teen girl dreams of on their birthday. Dinner alone with their dad. But anyway, as Drew leaves, Tad Raxel saunters up to the dad and is like, you are in there, buddy. He's like, she's hot for you. You should do it with her.
She's only been here 6 months and already she wants to cook for you, he says. Dad says he's just not ready, but Tad Raxel continues, you've been saying that for 2 years. You need to loosen up. Karen would have wanted you to move on for you and Casey.
You need to loosen up, brackets, from grieving your wife.
Yeah. You're so uptight about your wife's untimely death.
Believe me, if she was here, she would have
wanted
wanted you to go to Bone Town with Drew.
She would have wanted you to get a mighty Me Too.
Anyway, so perhaps with all this, you're wondering how Casey's childhood is going. We can't do.
This is so funny. It's such a funny cut.
We can't do. You say it, Andy.
When we cut to Casey's home, she's on her computer on a website called Mysticism Spells. Happily, she navigates over to the resurrection tab.
She's looking on the internet for ways to resurrect her dead mum.
So naturally, she's gone to mysticismspells.com.
Yeah. The visuals on this website are just sensational. The Mysticism Spells logo looks like the Kingdom Hearts logo. It's like, it's so 2000s. It's brilliant.
It looks like a shop that sells crystals.
Yes. The other sections are symbols, white magic, sorcery, resurrection, myths, incantation, tarot, and reincarnation. But the only one of those that Casey needs today is resurrection. Looking to bring back a lost soul, she reads, try Holcroft's Book of the Dead, Life Reborn. So this website is
looking to resurrect someone, eh? Yeah, there's a book that does that.
Yeah.
It's this book.
Yeah, you'll want the resurrecting book. You'd think it would be more popular.
Lindsay Lohan reads this off the screen. She adds a paragraph that isn't on the website about how this book is long believed to have mystical powers.
That's just her opinion. She's just saying that. And now what I think.
Long believed by me to have mystical powers. She gets the address of the bookstore where it's going to be. Past Pages Bookstore on West 10th Avenue.
Dad arrives home. Looks like we're both working late, he says, coming into her room. What are you doing? Nothing, she says, diving into bed and closing down the computer. Just surfing. Because I guess she doesn't want Dad to know that he's doing such a bad job. That she's online.
Turned to necromancy.
So, anyway, Dad is like, I'm sorry I didn't make it to the old game. And she says, you wore out sorry a long time ago. She's very unhappy. Dad asks if they won. At least they did, and they're in the championships on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I know, you promised to be there, right?
Dad explains that he wants to make partner, so shut up.
Yeah, it's so good. He says, I realise this is hard to understand, but making partner means a lot to me. So good. This goes over with teenage Casey about as well as you'd expect. But he says, don't worry, Casey. Remember, tomorrow's our special dinner. And then how about on Sunday, you and I spend the whole day together, just you and me for your birthday. And at this point, I'm really confused by the timeline, because he says, tomorrow's our special dinner. And then how about on Sunday, we spend the whole day together. So what day is it today?
I don't know. She was at school football practice, right? So it can't be Saturday.
Yeah, this must be Friday.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow...
Saturday is dinner and Sunday is...
And then Sunday, Sunday is a day together. Okay. Casey looks over at a photo of the mom who died.
Yeah.
Does everything happen for a reason? She asks Dad. Sometimes things just happen, sweetheart, Dad says and leaves.
Yeah, she does not seem comforted by this.
Well, you wouldn't be, would you?
No, people can just die at random. Yeah. You could die tonight in your sleep, Casey. Anyway, good night.
Okay, we cut to... the mean suburban streets. There's a group of teens strolling along.
Yeah, did you check out the new shoes at the mall, says one. They're great, says another. They're so cool, agrees the first one.
Unbelievable.
Don't look now, but here comes the loner, says a third. just natural teen dialogue. It's good stuff.
Give me a toy with microchips.
Unlock your door so robots can get in.
This one is just like the what was the Read It and Weep, the really, really like bad reference to those old comedians. We
go together like Abbott and
Costello. Yeah, that's right. It's that kind of, yeah.
But did you check out the new shoes at the mall? Like there's one pair and they're on a pedestal in the sort of main atrium.
I mean, I think maybe as far as the writers are concerned, maybe they've never purchased shoes before. Maybe. Yeah.
The mall's got a new shoe in.
This I got to see.
We are all going to go and look at it.
I'm there. Whoa.
So cool.
But anyway, they see Casey. Ever since her mom died, she's totally ignored us. Yeah, like, get over it already, another one of them says.
One can't stand this Casey talk, however, and runs after her. Casey, she yells, we're going to the mall to look at the shoe. Want to come? No, thanks, says Casey. How come you don't want to hang anymore, says the girl. There's more to life than just shopping, says Casey, and ducks into an occult bookstore.
To bring her mum back from the dead. Okay.
She wanders its musty corridors. There's an area behind a beaded curtain labelled Metaphysics and the Occult. She enters. In a glass case sits Holcroft's Book of the Dead, Life Reborn. She slides the door back and claims it, but wait, it costs $150.
So she counts up how much cash she's short, and she doesn't have enough, so she steals it, she shoplifts it, and leaves the money with an IOU for $87. Now, this sounds, from what I'm describing and the way I'm saying it, like it's going to be a plot point, but, and strap in for this, it isn't.
It's not.
Oh, great, I'll never see her again, says the owner of the bookstore. So we cut to back home. She opens the book in her bedroom and skips to the bit, resurrecting lost life forces. Now you are ready to summon a life force, the book says. I think she skipped to that page.
Yeah, now you are ready. Now that you have learned the protective wards to stop your soul being dragged into hell, you're ready for the lost life forces.
Now,
bit.
if you're certain you've spent years studying the previous chapters, you're
now
ready.
that your psychic defenses are strong enough, you can manage this.
Now that you know the secret word that makes the devil go away.
There's like yada, yada, yada. Where's the spell?
Yeah.
So step 1, prepare the altar. By the light of a single candle and on a surface of white, place the following, says the page. A shell from the sea, colourful healing crystals.
Oh my God, sorry, I took the wrong moment to take a drink of water there. Colourful healing.
Colourful healing crystals.
So
It's so
non-specific.
vague. It's like, what do you mean? Colourful healing crystals.
Oh, they got to be colourful. How many colours? What kinds of crystal? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, healing.
They're purely decorative to cheer you up while the spell happens.
So we cut to her blowing out her birthday candles on her cake. Dad is filming all this. And she says, Dad, you know what I wished for? That Mum could somehow come back. Dad says, no more of that junk. Remember what Dr. Jacob said about accepting reality?
Yeah.
He's a quack and has really bad breath. What does he know, says Casey.
It becomes clear that this is a favourite topic of Casey's.
Dad, you know what I wished for?
What?
That Mom could somehow come back.
Casey?
Maybe it
please?
can really work. I mean, the books say that...
Casey? I thought we already discussed this. No more of that junk. Look, I wish that there was magic too, but life doesn't work that way. You remember what Dr. Jacob said about accepting reality?
Yeah, he's a quack and has really bad breath. What does he know?
How to help unhappy people be happy again? So, no more talk about that stuff, okay?
You never want to talk about Mom.
But don't worry, Dad's about to pull it all out of the bag because he reveals that he has, for Casey's birthday, Super Bowl tickets. And together they reminisce about precious family Super Bowl memories, like that time they went to the Super Bowl and Mum was so alive.
I don't think these are a present. I think these are some old Super Bowl tickets from when they did go. And he's like, hey, remember happier times?
Oh my God. Shoot, you're right. Okay. Wow. Okay, so when I said Dad pulled it out the bag, what I mean is...
Dad put it further into the bag.
Dad pushed it quite far down into the bag.
with quite like a pole or something.
As I was saying that, I was thinking, there must be a scene later where we see them at the Super Bowl, but I can't call it to mind. But I'm sure I've just forgotten it because it's brief or something. But no, you're right. Yeah, these is just like, hey, do you remember one time we went to the... Do you remember one time
do you remember when your mum was alive? We went to the Super Bowl, didn't we? It was a good time, wasn't it? Lindsay Lohan agrees that it was good when her mum was alive.
Yeah. Suddenly,
the doorbell
ding dong,
goes.
It's Drew.
Yeah, it's the woman from work who loves Dad, Drew. She has some work for him. Even though he told her he was having a special birthday dinner for his daughter that night, she has turned up at his house with some work. Yeah,
she's
like,
he's
like, I can do it right
in.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, why? He's like, he doesn't say, okay, Drew, sure, no worries. Leave it with me. I'll what? You know what you could do, Dad? You could do it after Casey goes to bed. Famously, children have a bedtime, and you could do it after that. But he's like, no.
let me just put it on top of this cake and start writing.
Let me just slam it into the middle of this birthday cake. Showering.
You weren't
Casey
eating
with
that, were
icing.
you, Casey?
Yeah, he says, yeah, I can do it right now. It's deposition questions. You were going to review my draft. So Drew wanders into the house. She's brought a present for Casey. It is an Eve doll. Hooray. Casey despises it, but acts polite. Drew explains that she used to get them when she was a little girl, and that the Eve doll is numbered like a work of art, and that it comes with a certificate of authenticity.
This is so stupid. This is such a stupid plot point. It's like for some reason, the writers have convinced themselves that this individual numbering of Eve dolls is really important to the plot. And so they've introduced this thing where every Barbie is like a limited edition, unique art piece, when there's no way that would work for such a kind of mass market toy.
No. And it's got like a number, burned into the sole of its foot. It's like,
with like a hot iron.
Yeah. We brand every Barbie. So, and also it's just a number. in ink on the bottom, it would be the easiest thing to fake. Like, in what way is this certificate of authenticity in any way like convincing or meaningful? It's
and also it's like these are obviously meant to be played with. They're not meant to be like collectors' art pieces.
I know,
but the film is like really tries to labour the point for like no reason. Well, that's later on it's sort of a plot point, but it isn't really.
Later on, this becomes the way that someone is able to prove that Eve is a doll come to life. But it's obvious that she's a doll come to life because she keeps saying, "I'm a doll who's come to life."
And also, she could just have a weird tattoo. It doesn't actually prove anything.
Yeah, she could be stamped with the like made in Taiwan or something like that. Yeah, like
it could be like deep grooves in her flesh instead of just like ink.
Anyway, I mean, it's the first in many, many, many ways that this film is going to be wrong and annoying about dolls.
Casey acts all rude about this present and leaves. She goes to her room, throws the doll on a shelf upstairs, and then returns to her satanic ritual. She now has a pentagram on her desk.
If only Drew had brought over Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the board game.
Yeah.
Things could have been so different, or a Razor scooter.
She reads more of the spell. A remnant from the object to be transformed must be placed in the centre of the altar, the strongest meridian point. I don't know what it means by transformed. This was initially a spell about giving life back to something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Also, like, nothing gets transformed, right? Unless you would be transforming. Presumably, she's not just trying to transform Mom's corpse into a living corpse, because it would be in a coffin.
Yeah.
Like, Mum would come back underground.
Yeah, no, I've read enough Tales from the Crypt to know exactly how this monkey's paw wish comes true. Yeah. Mum jerks awake in a coffin, formaldehyde in her veins, and just shrieks and shrieks and shrieks.
Oh, God. So she puts Mom's hairbrush in the middle of the altar. It still has Mom's hair on it. Mom says, "Casey, you taught me never to give up. You were always there for me. Just be there for me one more time."
Yeah.
And the book says you are now ready to commence with the incantation. Incantation is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Suddenly
it says the spell will only work once. Per person? Per book? Ever? You can only do this spell once ever? What do you mean, spell? This will only work once.
This movie is just writing itself into so many weird corners. Again, this is another thing that it's like, later. Because the spell only works once. So, something else later will happen. But it's like, just make that not happen so that this thing can make sense.
I guess, it's so she can't bring everything in her house to life. But also, like, what do you mean it'll only work once? Just for Casey or what?
And, like, that's the kind of small print stuff that nobody bothers to sweat in a fun family comedy like this, do they?
No, exactly.
No one's watching, like, what's the one where they make, like, a girlfriend?
Oh, Weird Science.
Yeah. No one's watching Weird Science being like, well, why don't they make 100 of them?
It's like the thing in Gremlins where it's like, oh, you can't feed them after midnight.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what do you mean after midnight? Like,
yeah.
How long after midnight? When can you feed them again? It's midnight. It's after midnight somewhere in the world. What's the internal clock of a gremlin? But the movie just doesn't get into it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah, we suspend our disbelief.
This would be like in Gremlins if it said, "And don't feed them after midnight." The clock then resets at 6 a.m. And then went into the sort of details of how it works across time
for
zones.
Like 45 minutes, and sort of like Phoebe Cates falls asleep.
Yeah. And it always, always, always refers to Greenwich Mean Time because that's where the first gremlin comes from.
GMT stands for Gremlin Mean Time.
And it is time for them to be mean after midnight.
Oh no, it's Gremlin Mean Time. They're being so mean.
Oh, thanks, Andy, for ruining GMT for me, fam. And by ruined, of course, I mean improved.
Okay. So anyway, she's ready to commence the grand spell, but suddenly Drew knocks on the door. Casey panics and runs into her bed, and then Drew starts sort of pinwheeling around the room, pulling things off shelves and knocking stuff over.
Drew comes in like a Beyblade. She's such an idiot. She goes to grab, she like sees something on a shelf and goes, "Oh, a thing," and goes to grab it and like knocks a load of other stuff off the shelves and like all over the altar.
All over the satanic pentagram on Casey.
Yeah. So the Eve doll also falls down off the shelf. Don't touch anything, Casey screams in rage and quickly hides all the satanic stuff. And then she bundles it all up in a cloth and runs all of the satanic ritual materials into the next room.
Yeah.
And while she's gone, Drew does the most insane thing I've ever seen anyone do in a film. She sees the Eve doll lying there and said, bear in mind she's alone. She says, oh, look at you, and then picks Eve up and then starts brushing Eve's hair with the mom's hairbrush that's just lying around.
Yeah, hard enough to sort of pull the doll's hair out of the doll's head.
I gasped, like, out loud when she did that. It's so weird. I mean, obviously, I know that this is, like, mom's hairbrush and it has huge sentimental significance as well. So, like, what are you doing, Drew? But even so, like, you're a grown-up. To be alone in a room with a doll you've just given a girl and be like, I'll start brushing its hair.
I'll start brushing its soft hair and loving on it.
Oh my God, that's better, says Drew the maniac. And then she gets Eve's box and puts her on a little plastic stand, all nice.
Yeah, Casey comes back in. That's my stuff, she says. Now, off, woman who I don't really know. Yeah. And so Drew does do that. And so Casey can return to her satanic ritual.
Finally. So she puts everything out again and she does the spell. Zumba Taka Ishtu Neveri goes the spell.
Sure.
And as she mutters the spell, we see the spellbook glowing blue and emitting sparkles. And unbeknownst to Casey, the Eve doll also glows blue and wobbles off of its side table. We cut to the next morning because I guess Casey, I don't know, what do we think happened after that?
Well, she's still chanting in her sleep, so I think she just carried on chanting until she passed out.
Okay, that's
continued
sad.
chanting in her sleep.
Yeah. Sure. So determined was she.
Rolls over in bed and is lying next to Tyra Banks.
Yep. A smiling, fully
Mom,
made up Tyra Banks.
Mom, she says. She wakes up and then sees Tyra Banks and goes, "Aye!"
You better watch it, lady. I had 20 homers last season. Wait a minute. You can't be.
I'm Eve. And you're my special friend.
Ah! Ow!
What happened? My ankle's bent. I can move.
This isn't happening. I must be dreaming. I'm dreaming. This isn't happening.
Who are you? Where am I?
Oh no, what have I done?
What happened to my purse?
This is a disaster. That was my only chance. I'll never be able to bring her back.
Bring who back?
My mom. You're alive, not her.
I'm alive? That's it. I'm alive.
Why do I feel like I'm in a bad horror movie?
Okay. So, Eve is delighted to find that her ankles and wrists move. And there is more comedy in a similar vein.
Why do her ankles and wrists move?
Right, okay. So they shouldn't move, should they?
No. Why does she become the size of a human?
Oh my God.
Why isn't it just the doll? Why isn't the doll just alive?
Yeah, like a Chucky doll.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
And it's trying to make love to her dad.
It's like a little Chucky doll for me. Yeah, just like a little Barbie sprinting around the house with his legs going really fast. Hey, Dad! You're the handsomest man I've ever seen! Jumping on his mouth. Oh my gosh.
God.
I think a big problem with this film, at least for me, is that I feel awful for Casey. This movie is like a tragedy for Casey unfolding in slow motion.
Yeah.
That was legit magic. She could have brought her mum back to life. It could have happened.
It would have worked.
It would have worked, but for Drew being a maniac and sort of blundering in like a Beyblade and getting hair all over the place.
It went wrong. It went catastrophically wrong. Actually, this is basically the plot of Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if you've watched that.
I haven't, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah, so I feel awful for Casey because it's so sad. It's so sad that she could actually have brought her mum back, but now she has Eve. And you're thinking, yeah, but I know what kind of movie this is. I know that by the end, Eve is basically going to be a maternal figure for her and going to help her move past her grief. But none of that comes to pass. Eve just becomes a sort of sexual doll for Dad.
Yeah, Eve starts to sort of to pull her other parent away from her. By spinning her sexual web.
And honestly, like, if you could plot on a chart the lines per minute that Casey has, like, this is the high point, and it's about to just go like down and down and down as more and more scenes that should be madcap teen action comedy get replaced with like work functions where Eve is like flirting with executives
in a tiny cocktail dress. As we said, like, if it had worked though, like, her mum would just be alive in a coffin.
That is true. Or
just like some ashes.
Yeah, a cloud of ash. That would be cool if Mum floated in through the window as a sentient ash cloud.
Yeah, and was like, oh, always protects you from now on, Casey. And then Casey had the sort of power to fire this sentient cloud of ash at her enemies. And
the ash cloud could form up into a sort of carbon rod. Spike.
She could be like Sandman, the Spider-Man villain. She could make a sort of hard, like, carbon hammer.
Yes.
And just sort of like break into shops and fight Spider-Man with it and stuff.
And she'd be called Ash Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can workshop that.
We'll workshop Ash Mother.
So anyway, in a panic, Casey goes to look up reversing spells in the book. And she finds out that the spells become permanent upon the setting sun of the 4th day, which is roughly enough time to go on an emotional arc and fall in love with a living doll, even though those things aren't going to happen.
To reverse spells, see Volume 2, The Book of Awakenings. I've written lol.
That's how they get you, isn't it? The DLC, the microtransactions.
Oh yeah, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis is $150. The reversing the Necronomicon book is $10,000. You're gonna want the second book.
Yeah. So, oh dear, this is Volume 1. While Casey studies the book, Eve poses in the mirror. Dad knocks on the door. "Who's that?" yells Eve. And Casey's like, "Shush, shush, 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 shush." Dad's like, "Don't forget, I've blocked out the whole day to spend with you. Anyway, I'm going to the store. Do you want anything?"
Probably stop by the bar on the way back, think a few with the fellas.
So not the whole day then, Dad.
Yeah.
Blocked out the whole day to spend with you. Anyway, I'm going to the shops.
She manages to send him away. She says, if Dad finds out, he'll really send me back to that shrink. So Casey is extremely anxious to avoid therapy.
Again.
Yeah. So
Eve, however, is just delighted to be alive. She turns on the CD player and the TV. "The pictures move," she says annoyingly, like a doll.
Yeah.
"It's just like Sunnyvale, except everything works."
"This is all a big mistake and I'm turning you back," says Casey. "I don't think so," says Eve, and drops into a sort of all fours crouch like Megan and just gallops across the room and tears Casey's scalp off.
Eve looks around and she's like, "Wait, where are my clothes, my accessory sets and fashion trunk?" She thinks that she should have all of her doll things because she knows she's alive, but it's already coming apart. So what's
I think all these Eve dolls are maybe like a sort of gestalt entity, like a hive mind.
Okay.
So
yeah,
she knows that she has like programmed into her the doll's backstory.
Yes.
In that Eve lives in Sunnyvale.
Yeah,
she has
like
all
Buzz
these
Lightyear.
things.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's what she's saying. She has had no sentience up to this point.
Yes.
Her sentience has now been activated.
Yes.
And she has the memories of the sort of fictional backstory that the company has made up for the character Eve.
Yes. So the only stuff she has in her mind, and that does make sense. I don't know if the film is going to stick with it, but probably not. The only thing that she has in her mind is what is the backstory from Sunnyvale. So they head to the bookstore to try and find the book to turn Eve back. Eve is amazed to be outside. "Everything is so big and bright," she says, annoyingly.
She smells some flowers. "I can smell," she says. Then she smells a garbage can and she says, "Oh, that smells bad." And then she sees a man littering. She says, "This is everybody's home. Please keep it clean." And the man says, "Garbage police. Unbelievable." So good. She's continuing her sort of hectoring.
Yeah, it's quite funny the way he litters. He sort of flings a wrapper to the ground. In a way. I mean, I can't pretend to get inside the mind of someone who would drop litter, but like I'm pretty sure you don't hurl it to the ground.
You just spike it to the ground like a football.
Bam! Yeah. Good.
Yes, littering complete.
Littering is wrong, Eve tells Casey. "The man learned a very valuable lesson today." Because, that doesn't seem like something that Eve It doesn't matter.
She should use her Megan strength to choke the life out of him.
Yeah,
in
she
Megan.
should. Yeah, that's what Megan would do.
At home, Dad knocks on Casey's door. She's not there. He wanders in and finds Holcroft Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis on her desk.
He rolls his eyes.
He seems nonplussed by it, and then he sees the $150 price tag, and then he's upset about it. Casey, does this Necronomicon cost $150?
Looks like, I wonder what Casey's up to. Looks like she's trying to do satanic rituals to bring her mum back from the dead, and it cost 150 big ones!
Young lady, you are in serious trouble.
You are grounded for the price of the satanic ritual that you're doing.
You can get free satanic rituals on the internet.
Yeah. Trymysticismspells.org.
I did, Dad. That was the first place I tried, obviously. So at the occult bookstore, Casey's going to send Eve in to get the book, as she is wanted for book theft. Eve goes in, starts touching things, is fascinated by the concept of books.
Which doesn't make sense.
The owner comes over. She asks for the Book of Awakenings, Volume 2, and he says he never got it. He had Volume 1 until yesterday when a girl stole it. I know who that is, says Eve, and drags him outside to show him Casey.
With her Megan strength.
Yeah, she is like, pulls him by the earlobe.
Yeah.
He gets all stretchy, and she pulls him outside.
So he sees Casey and is like, oh, you, the book thief. So Casey flees. She's running down the street. Her dad pulls up in the car just in time to see Casey make the interesting choice to flop down in the middle of a busy road.
Yeah, she sort of like belly flops into the centre of the road.
Yeah.
There's a truck approaching. It starts honking. It doesn't slow down or kind of attempt to break in any way.
I think
It's just,
I often think this about people like honking the horn. To be an effective horn honker, you must basically have to rewire your muscle memory. So instead of your foot hitting the brake, your hand goes to the horn. Do you know what I mean? Because like every situation I've ever been in where it might be like legitimate to honk the horn, instead I've braked.
Yes.
And then the moment's passed and it's like, oh, well there's no point in
this
the
guy's
horn
a
now.
trucker. He's a professional haulage driver, and he's probably got a shipment of kumquats to get to Seattle in the next 2 days. And every minute that he's late, that's coming out of his paycheck, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
So he probably has rewired himself to honk at collapsed girls in the street instead of braking.
Exactly.
Because probably she'll get up and move in time. Or, some kind of doll will stop him.
Yeah. So anyway, the lorry's barreling down on poor Casey. Eve walks into the middle of the road, stands in the way with her arm extended and says, stop. And for a minute, just for a minute, it seems like this film is going to be really awesome because she's doing that thing that Hulk does in Avengers Assemble.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's my secret, I'm always angry thing. And then he like sort of folds a huge metal spaceship around his fist as it charges at him. I was so ready to see the lorry cave in around Eve's
indestructible, like, for some reason, powerful doll hand. Yeah.
But instead, nothing happens really.
Yeah, the driver just brakes now. The driver was perfectly willing to run over and kill Casey, but decides to brake for Eve.
Yeah. Whoa, some kind of living doll.
Some kind of sexy dame.
I got to see.
I better not kill this girl.
Yeah. So the truck stops in time. So Dad catches up. He's like, Casey, what's going on? What are you doing here, says Casey. And Dad says he's returning the book I found in your room. And now it's time for the Dad and Eve meet cute.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You saved my daughter's life.
No, it was nothing. I've been a police officer.
I'm Ben Stewart. What's your name?
Eve.
This is my daughter, Casey.
Ben. What a nice name. Such a nice man, too. Are all the men here as handsome as you are?
Casey!
Oh, no.
So Casey faints dead away at seeing Eve latch her sexual hooks into Dad.
That's what that sound was, Casey just passing out. It's immediately way too flirty, I think. It's...
Yeah, they're sort of like hungrily eyeing each other.
Why is... Okay, this doesn't make sense, though. Like, what about Eve's canonical doll backstory that she's drawing on to figure out what to do cannot have been that she's horny.
She's horny for every man.
That can't be canon, can it? Like,
because that's her reaction to every man in this.
Every man she sees, she's like, you're so handsome, you're so amazing.
You're the most handsome, so handsome. And yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. Like, is there a Ken equivalent in the Eve universe? We're never shown it. Maybe, I don't know. What's the implication, that there aren't any Kens, so any man is attractive?
I don't know. I think the implication is that, like, what she does is supposed to be a clever pastiche of the way that dolls exist to buoy up male insecurity or something. But also that doesn't really feel like something that is a thing.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can see what they're going for, but I can't see what the thing that they're going for is. Do you know?
Yeah. Like, and also, yeah, I mean, okay, so the dad, who is played by Jere Burns from Win Duffy from Justified, who is a handsome and striking-looking actor. Yeah. I would not describe him as a hunk, a traditional hunk.
No, absolutely not.
No, he's more of a sort of character actor. He's very good. Yeah. I would absolutely recommend everyone checking him out in Justified.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, you know, later in the film, she'll be kind of making heart eyes at Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius, who also not what I would describe as a traditional movie hunk.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I honestly can't, for the life of me, figure out what the in-universe reason is for her being, like, attracted to every man is. Because that's not, like, a trope of Barbie, is it?
No.
If anything, Barbie
is attracted to one man,
exclusively
Ken.
Interested in Ken.
Exclusively Ken. Yeah, not like American character actors twice her age.
Maybe far be it from me to try and correct life size, but maybe it would have been more fun if the doll had been like, oh, you're pretty handsome, but of course my heart belongs to Ken.
Yeah.
And then she can't be with the dad because she loves Ken. And then maybe as things unfold and realizes that actually Ken's not real, or, you know, Ken is not so dreamy.
But then how would the movie be all weirdly horny?
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, what I've just described is the plot of the good movie Enchanted. So yeah, which wouldn't be out
so
for a
it was
few
already
years.
taken. There was no choice.
There's no choice to do something that was bad.
The good making it good is already taken. We'll have to make it bad.
It says here that Disney's already doing a good film.
I suppose we'll have to make a bad one.
Ah, hang on. Scanning down the spreadsheet, I don't see anything in the horny column.
Okay, so we've had good and not horny, bad and not horny, but not bad and horny. Okay, good. Right. We've got our direction, folks.
Bad and horny.
Okay. Back at home, Casey lies on the sofa, a cold compress on her head. She awakens. Dad swims into view. I had the worst nightmare, she says. I had a doll and she came to life. Eve strides into the living room. Aye, says Casey. Eve came home with me, says Dad. Don't worry about what we've been doing.
He says, Eve came home with us just to make sure you're okay. His pledge to remain celibate in honour of his late wife forgotten. Can we drive you somewhere after she rests a bit? Dad says, desperate to prolong the time he spends in Eve's company.
Yeah.
Let's go to the mall, says Eve.
Yeah.
I guess because she's programmed to like shopping.
Yeah. They all get in the car. Eve starts pressing buttons on the dashboard. Casey's aghast at this. My notes here say Eve is eye-f***ing Dad like crazy.
I know. I love this car, says Eve. And then she sort of like pouts and presses all the buttons, including the one that puts the roof down.
Yeah. I haven't had the top down in ages, says Dad, meaningfully.
This is one of those situations with this podcast.
This is their special day. This is special day.
This is their special day. Yeah, but Casey, you understand, I haven't had the top down in ages.
Sorry, you were saying this is one of those situations.
Daddy has needs. This is one of those situations where I worry that people will think we're like exaggerating the horniness of this film for comic effect.
Yes.
But I really don't think we are. Like, it's just the vibe and the chemistry is just way too suggestive. I'm sure it's not Tyra Banks' fault. It's the direction given, but like it's very, very like pouty and flirty, right?
Yeah, it really reminded me of, there's an episode of The Outer Limits called Valerie 23 where a guy gets like an android companion, and it's just like dark erotic thriller sci-fi.
Oh, like that Futurama where he has like a sort of Marilyn Monroe bot.
Yeah, exactly. But it's such a sort of sinister erotic thriller vibe, and then just Lindsay Lohan sat in the back seat going,
literally in the back seat of this car and movie at this point.
Yeah, just observing. But it's like an erotic thriller with like a little box for Lindsay Lohan to sit in and react to. Lindsay Lohan reacts to erotic thriller.
Lindsay Lohan in capitals reacts to Dad making love to doll.
So yeah, Dad hasn't had the top down in ages. They drive to the mall. It's great. I love a 90s mall. We get a little montage of shops and stuff.
Yep. Everything is so beautiful, says Eve. Even the people, looking at two women. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's real from what's plastic, says Dad, making his stance on cosmetic surgery abundantly clear. Because these two women walk past and Eve's like, whoa, they're beautiful. And Dad's like, you can't tell what's real and what's plastic. So only natural beauty for this alpha male. Dad says
for Jere Burns.
Dad says that he hasn't heard of Sunnyvale and says, oh, Eve, just out of curiosity, while you're in town, where are you staying? And Eve says, I don't know. In fact, my clothes haven't even arrived yet.
I'd be totally nude. Wherever I stay, I'll be nude.
They get on an escalator, which Eve can't do, even though riding an escalator requires zero experience. You just stand still.
I don't know, man. Every day I see people trying to navigate escalators and absolutely effing it up.
It's so easy. It's supposed to be easy. It's easier than stairs by design. It's the stairs, but you don't have to do the dismount.
It's the dismount. People can't handle it. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Well, Eve doesn't struggle with the dismount. She's just sort of like kind of splayed out like a spider, like a daddy longlegs on this across the escalator, sort of panicking.
Well, Daddy Longlegs is right behind her. He uses those long legs to step sexfully off the escalator and offer to buy Eve whatever she wants from a clothes store.
Oh yeah. So Eve sees a lavish purple princess dress in a shop window. It's just what I need, Eve gushes. But my credit cards with the rest of my stuff.
This is the most obvious scam in history. Like, I can't believe Dad is falling for this. It's like, I just came into town. I'm so lonely and nude. If only a man could buy expensive clothes for me.
So Dad's
like, well, I'd be happy to, miss.
So Dad is like, I don't mean to be forward, but considering your situation, he says, why don't you let me loan you some money? Oh, Ben, you're so awesome, Eve gushes, springing into his arms, pushing her body into his.
And he's like, better yet, come live with me. Here's a clip.
I don't mean to be forward, but given your situation, why don't you let me loan you some money and you can pay me back when your things arrive? It's the least I can do.
Dad!
Oh, Ben, you're so awesome. Thank you so much.
And as far as the place to stay goes...
Wait, you're not thinking about...
We do have a guest house. You're welcome to use it for a few days until you figure out what you're going to do.
Really? Thank you so much.
Dad, you can't. That's Mom's old studio.
Hold on, hon. Hello?
What are you trying to do?
I've got to stay somewhere.
Go find a dollhouse.
But then I can't stay with my special friends.
This more and more, this film starts to feel like a sort of anxious fantasy from the point of view of Lindsay Lohan. It's like she had very little control over the situation, and now she's got like things are spiraling, and she's not in the film anymore.
And now she's just on the sidelines watching a Michael Douglas erotic thriller.
So Eve strolls around the shop. She's picked out a lime green leather jacket that looks expensive.
Yeah.
Excuse me, she says confrontationally to a woman wearing fur. You should love animals, not wear them.
Yeah, this sort of like Eve lecturing people, they do it like 3 times and then drop it.
Yeah, well, I think it's good that they drop it because already there's a problem for this movie that I don't think I like Eve as much as I need to like Eve for this film to work, you know?
Yeah.
It's like in all of these sort of movies, things come to life. You need to like the thing that came to life, right? You need to...
Yeah, like the sexual nutcracker in the very sexual Nutcracker Christmas, or whatever that was called.
Yeah.
At least he was sort of like charmingly guileless, whereas Eve is just sort of vapid and weird.
All of the many, many films where there's a sort of surprising parenting stand-in, like Kindergarten Cop or The Pacifier or something. Like, you have to, on some level, be rooting for the, for the grown-up.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a direct like comparison here with the Barbie film where Barbie is like unaware of the real world, but is full of like charming curiosity about it, whereas Eve is just like, give me your credit card, I'm going shopping.
Give me your credit card, I'm horny, Daddy.
Don't wear fur, you idiot.
It's not, I don't know. Isn't this so fun, she says, us girls getting out and shopping. You're really starting to bug me, says Casey. Remind me to thank Drew. Who's that, says Eve. A friend of Dad's. She bought me you as a present. But never mind, because Eve's distracted. She's seen some more clothes and sort of runs off.
She says, dress me. I've never dressed myself before. And then we get a outfit trying on montage set to C'est la vie by Bewitched, in which presumably between every outfit, Lindsay Lohan is undressing and then redressing anew to Tyra Banks.
Yeah. As the montage progresses, Dad arrives to admire Eve. He's grinning like a Cheshire cat. He's sort of giving his opinion on all these outfits. Oh man. And we cut to Mario's Ristorante.
It turns out Eve can't read.
Yeah.
I can order for you if you'd like, says Dad meaningfully.
And Eve sort of simpers gratefully. Dad grins like the Cheshire cat.
Casey's like, it's my birthday, but it's quickly forgotten. She orders the pischetti, but she is quickly out of the picture as Dad and Eve start Frenching on the table.
Wow, real food, says Eve when a bowl of bread is placed on the table. Exactly, says Dad. That's what I love about this place. None of that trendy stuff. So there's a sort of running comic thing going on with the Eve and Dad scenes where Eve can't do something or doesn't know something because she's a doll, and Dad massively gives Eve the benefit of the doubt because he's attracted to her.
Because she's unbelievably attractive. He sees it as a sort of like charming, homespun, down-to-earthness, rather than a sort of troubling childlike nature.
Yeah. So when, for example, when she's holding the menu upside down and says, I can't read this because I guess she can't read, Dad's like, oh, the menu's all in Italian, but don't worry, it's all good. It's, it like that's...
Yeah. And she's like, real food, I've never eaten it. And he's like, yes, too many places today serve tofu and such. You're a real one, Eve. So they bring out some bread. Eve starts like climaxing while eating this bread.
Yeah.
She puts a whole pat of butter in her mouth and starts sensually moaning. I can't wait till you try the linguine, says Dad meaningfully.
Like Hannibal Lecter. He's swirling his wine as he says this.
I can't wait till you try the linguine, points to crotch. So he asks about Sunnyvale.
I worry, listener, that you're not understanding the degree to which Eve is like rubbing bread on her mouth and moaning sensually, and Dad is just like pushing butter through her lips. It's like, what is happening? What is going on?
Dad is like the cops in the Basic Instinct interrogation scene. He's just like a bead of sweat rolls down his face.
Yes. So he asks about Sunnyvale. She says it's a wonderful place where the sun always shines. Let's just hear a bit of their conversation so you can get some of the erotic energy.
And what do you do there?
I do all kinds of things. Law enforcement, medicine, office work.
You do all that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can't even find a good secretary. I just fired my last one, the 4th this month.
I'm a great secretary. I type and I file, and I work with computers. You know, it's a must these days.
Really? Do you know Apple or Windows?
Both. I love apples.
I don't know if you'd be interested, but I could really use some help tomorrow.
But Dad, she can't.
Of course I'll help.
Great.
You know, Ben, even though I do so many things, my real purpose in life is to help girls. I strive to present a positive image of womanhood, because I believe that girls everywhere should know that all things are possible.
My wife believed that. Were you ever married?
No, and it's too bad, because I look awesome in a wedding dress. The men back home are so good looking, but they're so stiff. You are the most interesting man that I have ever met.
Well, you have definitely got to get out more.
Dad, don't you have any work to do?
Nope, I'm yours for the day.
So
okay, a lot here. There's a
lot to unpack here. Yeah, where to begin?
First of all, Dad has fired 4 secretaries this month. I've written alarming.
Very. Well, probably because he's willing to hire them, even though they've said I can't read and things like that.
but they are sexy, so...
Oh, yeah, quite alarming. Okay, so, yeah, he's loaned her money. She sort of now lives in his house, and now she's going to be his secretary.
Yeah.
If you think that the power dynamics of this movie are all over the place, then, well, join the club.
You're correct. So Eve says, girls should believe that anything is possible. My wife believed that, says Dad. Not him, then, I guess.
Well, girls should believe it, not dads.
Yeah, girls should believe it.
Yeah. My wife believed that. It's not my opinion, personally.
But, women all believe all sorts of things, won't they? I just thought that was a weird thing to say.
Yeah, really
My wife
weird.
Believed that.
Really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Dad gets up to leave. I think we know where he's going. And
don't you have any work to do, please, Casey?
I know. Desperate to get a hand on the ball that is this movie.
Please do some work and let me be in the film.
Please let me do a scene in the film.
No. I'm just off to the bathroom for 10 or 15 minutes and then I'll be back.
Oh, no. Eve, I've set up a home photography studio and I'm going to take sort of black and white nude photography of you while threatening 90s thriller music plays.
While I stare at you like the cops in the Basic Instinct interrogation scene. So Casey and Eve argue over whether Eve's going to have sex with her father or not. Eve's like, I certainly am.
And she's
then we cut to back home.
Please don't.
Please don't have sex with my dad.
Yeah. So your dad is so much cuter than those guys back in Sunnyvale, she tells Casey.
So there are guys in Sunnyvale.
Yes, I guess so.
What do these dolls look like that Jere Burns justified is cuter than them?
Really messed up dolls with caved-in faces.
Again, no slight against Jere Burns. He's an attractive older man.
Yeah.
But what do these dolls look like?
He likes me, says Eve. He can't like you. You're a doll, pleads Casey. Not anymore, Eve says determinedly.
Not anymore, says Eve meaningfully.
Yeah. So later, back on the internet, Casey has gone to pastpages.unet. It's your source for rare books. Mm-hmm. She searches for The Book of the Dead Volume 2 and gets a notification that it's due into the bookstore in 1 week. This bookstore has a good website.
Yeah. I only have 3 more days, says Casey, because, of course, spells become permanent in 4 days. That's the rule.
Yeah. Cut to the pool house where Eve lives now. She's dressed in a lemon yellow negligee. And she's doing...
that Dad bought her,
I guess, because she has no clothes. She's doing finger guns, watching a cowboy program on TV. Then she watches a cop show and goes, like it's too loud, like a baby would.
Yeah, she sees a romance show where a woman slaps a man, and then a shopping network comes on and she sits enraptured. Yeah. In the main house, Dad is working away. Casey comes in to tell him something. She says, you probably won't believe this, but you remember that book? It had a spell that I used and it worked. I tried to bring Mum back to life and the spell worked, but not on Mum. The doll you gave me came to life instead. Eve is really a doll. And Dad says, Casey, and she says, I knew you wouldn't believe me.
So Casey points out the many odd similarities, but Dad won't hear of it. Dad says, look, I haven't heard of a lot of places, and a lot of women are called Eve. Sure, at times she can be rather odd, but there's something very sweet about her, says Dad. The fact that she's supermodel Tyra Banks and won't stop moaning and telling me how much she's attracted to me has no bearing on my judgment.
Won't stop pushing butter into her open mouth and sort of writhing on the table.
Yeah, that has no bearing on my judgment of whether you're telling the truth about her being a doll come to life. So Casey's like, I'll prove it, and she runs upstairs. She finds the doll's box, and what should spill out but the certificate of authenticity? Of course, she realises that the number will be stamped on the sole of her foot.
Yep, she smiles, armed with this new knowledge. At his office, Dad arrives with Eve. She gets added to the employee database. She has no last name. This is apparently fine. Her address is 1 Maple Lane, Sunnyvale. What state is that in, says the woman in charge of the admin. The Sunshine State, says Eve. Ah, yes, Florida, says the woman, entering this fictional address for a woman with no last name. That's fine, she said.
So Eve is shown to her desk. She picks up the phone when the fax beeps, because, like, it's clear to everyone that she doesn't understand anything. She stares bewitched at the screensaver for a while, and then with a childlike grin starts deleting.
Like a baby would.
Yeah, and then starts deleting folders on the desktop.
Yeah. The world's richest computer genius, Tad Raxel, sees all this happen, but he is entranced by her sexfulness.
Yeah.
Well, hello there. Need any help? He says. He restores all the deleted files on her computer and introduces himself as Richard. I've got a few minutes. I could give you some computer tips, he says. Eve never says no to learning, says Eve. She's talking in the third person now.
Yeah, what's with that? I was wondering about that. Also, Tad Raxel from in this scene, he's like, is he sitting on her desk? I can't remember if he's sitting on her desk.
Yeah, he's sitting on her desk, and his face is about an inch away from her.
Yeah, he's leaning in, and it's really uncomfortable. So anyway, Eve cheerfully agrees to being given some computer tips.
Yep. So Eve is called to Dad's office.
Have you seen the 30 Rock episode about the bubble, which is I think John Hamm is in it as a boyfriend, and the gag basically is that there's this thing called the bubble, and some attractive people live in the bubble, and nothing bad happens to them, and they don't understand
because everyone's so forgiving of there's the bit where he rides his motorbike off and crashes into 16 parked cars.
And everyone's fine about it because he's so handsome. That's essentially what is going on in this film. Eve can't do anything; she actively is doing everything wrong, but everyone
loves it because she's supermodel Tyra Banks.
Yeah. So Eve wanders off, and Tad Raxel turns into a cartoon wolf. He's stood next to the dad.
Leisure Suit Larry over here. Man, what a hot piece of A.
Yeah, he's going homina, homina, homina. You really took my moving on suggestion to heart. Dad is shocked. He says,
Daddy spent an entire dinner deep throating breadsticks at the Olive Garden.
I am shocked that you would think
dare you, sir?
This woman with no last name who I've loaned money to and made live in my pool house.
$10,000 of clothes and who lives in my pool house who I met yesterday.
Bought her negligees and got her a job as my secretary. I'm shocked that you would think my designs are anything remotely impure. So he says there's nothing going on, to which Tad Raxel responds, hooray, then I can ask her out. This is the worst workplace in the world. So Dad heads into his office to tell Eve.
He complains that his neck hurts, and then Eve starts giving him a sensual massage.
Oh my god!
This is the worst workplace in the world.
I mean, immediately, he's he's just holding his neck, and she forces him down into the chair and starts kind of is there an Eve doll that's a masseuse? That seems like...
Oh man, I can't believe it. Now my pants are chafing me.
Why does Eve know how to do massage? And also, the joke all through the film, as much as there is a joke or any consistency, is that Eve believes she can do things because back in Sunnyvale she was a doctor or a cop or whatever, or a computer genius. But actually, when she tries to apply herself to these things, she is unable to work a computer. She's unable to do anything. So when she tries to give him a massage, she should crush his shoulders with Megan strength.
Maybe she is, but she's so attractive that he's like,
yes.
Oh yeah, it's a good massage. I love it.
Yeah, as his bones and tendons sort of give way. Yeah, thumbs up, Eve. Oh, my thumb won't go up anymore.
There's a running gag in Friends where Monica is really bad at giving massages.
Oh,
but Chandler will never tell her because he likes her.
Yes.
But then eventually he does, and it's she feels it's an enormous betrayal. So maybe that's what's going on. She is using her doll strength to just crush his collarbones are powder.
Yeah. And
he's like, I like it actually.
I like it. It's good. So suddenly Drew walks in. Drew! Dad shouts, springing up in a panic at how this looks.
Drew, it's not what it looks like. Just going to be given a sensual oil massage in my office by my fifth secretary this month.
What it says in my notes is, I wonder what case he's up to right now.
It's not important. She's not in this film.
No. She's
in a little box in the corner reacting.
Drew is like, hey, you look awfully familiar, Eve, and doesn't seem to like her. But then Dad has to run to a meeting or something.
Yeah.
Then we get a montage of Eve f***ing up the office very badly. It's set to Roller Coaster by Bewitched. They got a job lot on Bewitched licenses or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they were signed to the Disney record label, I think, which is why they show up in all these films.
There you go.
Yeah, so Eve's tapping away on a computer. We see the screen. She's typed out a load of total gibberish. We cut to her shredding everything in the copy room. The office manager comes in. Eve can handle anything, shrieks Eve.
In the third person, for some reason.
She breaks a nail and starts sobbing. You're not going to throw me away, are you? She sobs to the office manager.
That doesn't make any sense. Eve the doll wouldn't have any concept of being thrown away.
No.
Okay, so anyway, it seems like Eve is fired, but maybe there's some way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Sit. Francine, could you please call a cab for our Miss Eve?
I don't understand. Where I come from, I am the perfect secretary. Eve never fails.
Look, honey, we can't all succeed at everything. We each have our own talent. I mean, if I looked half as good as you, I can't get this one guy at the office to even look at me. What?
That's right. It's time for Eve to give a makeover to this total f***ing rando. Where is Casey? I bet right now Casey's at her mother's grave.
She's got a goat skull and a pentagram and candles made of human fat, and she's performing a dark sacrament.
Oh my god. Normally in these movies, Casey would have a friend, a friend her own age. You know?
Yeah.
Or there would be some...
Well, she does. She's got wiener head.
Wiener head. There would be, some sort of filmic scaffolding put in place so that Casey could be having an adventure, under wraps.
Yeah. Or, have an objective, have a separate objective that she's trying to achieve that we can cut to occasionally to keep her in the movie.
Maybe she's trying to ask someone to the dance. Maybe she's trying to plan a big social event at the school. Maybe she's trying to
retrieve the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from a cabin in the woods.
Maybe she's trying to write an essay or something. And she thinks she can't. Or how about this? Maybe she's trying to be good at football. I can't believe that at no point in this film does Eve help her be good at football.
No. Is there that football player Eve that she could teach her how to throw better or something? No. She's just here giving sensual massages and unsolicited makeovers to people at a law firm in the city.
In a very, very, very long series of scenes that take place in an office, and Casey isn't there.
Yeah. So this office manager, Ellen, she's a sort of normal-looking woman.
Yeah.
But obviously in the language of cinema, they tell us that she's a disgusting hag who will die alone.
Yeah. So she is pathetically grateful for being given this makeover by Eve. She's made over to look like the mom from Home Alone.
Yeah.
It's like early 90s business glam. It's very Scully, you know? It's
exactly. You've made a new woman out of me, she says. You can work here after all, despite being illiterate and shredding all of our company's files.
Yeah, but thanks for making me look like the mom from Home Alone.
You're promoted to lawyer.
And you're so beautiful. So I think really you're not fired at all.
Oh, hey, Luke, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, Andy. You're looking a little green around the gills. Everything okay?
The machete sticking out of my shoulder.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. Let me get that out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I got a doll that sort of came to life, and I thought it would be a sort of dark erotic thriller from the 90s, like Life Size, but it's turned into more of a sort of Blumhouse horror thing, like Megan.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's been sort of chasing me around and macheteing me and stuff.
That's no good. That's not
running around on all fours. And
Andy, that's
pretty scary.
That's not very erotic for you at all, is it?
It's not at all. And to be honest, I think I need some medical attention because of this gaping machete wound in my shoulder.
You do.
Do you have any advice for me?
Well, not for you, because you don't live in America.
Oh.
But if you did live in America, boy, I would have some really good advice for you. And that is to check out ZocDoc. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. That doesn't work for you, Andy, because you're not there. And also,
no, I'm going to have to continue putting off a doctor's appointment for this. But if I went to ZocDoc.com/MCC in the United States, I could find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is is exactly what I'm saying. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, you can choose a time slot that works for you, and you can click to instantly book a visit. They happen fast, these appointments, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. I mean, Andy can't for many reasons. He's not in America, and also the doll's got his phone now, and it's smashing it.
It's running over it with a ride-on lawnmower. But you can go to ZocDoc.com/MCC. That's ZocDoc.com/MCC. ZocDoc.com/MCC. Oh, hey, Luke. I was just on the shared computer we have here at the studio, logging into mysticismspells.com, looking for some necromancy.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a very safe way to be online, Andy. Are you taking the proper precautions?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wearing a hat.
You're wearing a hat, okay. Right,
yeah, in case there's, tinfoil, in case the beams, the mysticism beams.
Okay, right, let me just...
in case they get in.
Let me just get a look at this. Yep, oh dear, you've been hacked senseless by mysticists.
What, you telling me that mysticismspells.com is not a legitimate website?
How much money did you send them, Andy?
$10,000.
$10,000, okay.
It seemed cheap for the power of life or death.
This is going to be one of those lessons like when I make you smoke the whole pack of cigarettes. Send them $50,000.
Are you going to make me resurrect every dead person?
Resurrect every dead person. All of them.
Until you're done. And then you'll be sick of the sight of a necromancy spell.
Andy, before you went on the internet at all, you should have used a VPN. Which VPN, you ask? I'll tell you exactly which one. I'm talking about NordVPN, a very, very good virtual private network that I have used for a very, very long time and really, really rate. NordVPN can switch your virtual locations, which allows you to save money by purchasing flights, hotels, and subscriptions from other countries at a cheaper price, and it protects your data while traveling or using public Wi-Fi or a shared computer. It protects you wherever you are in the world.
That's right. It's private data like your bank details, passwords, and your online identity. So to get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/momcan'tcook, all one word. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There is no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. Luke, I'm worried now. Do you think that mysticism spells have sold my data?
No.
About the necromancy things I do online?
They won't have sold your data, definitely. I mean, let me just go onto the dark web. 1 second. Dark web.
You have to pay the boatman and travel down the virtual river
darkweb.org
to get to the dark web.
Enter.
Darkweb.org.
I'm on it now. Let me just see. Andy's.
What, can you see any of my private and personal data?
Yeah, it's all there. It's all there for the low price of a Bitcoin or two.
Oh no, what am I to do, Luke?
Andy, you should head to Incogni. It's not too late. Incogni is a service that protects your personal data, and you help them to protect others as well. It's a pretty cool service, actually, because Incogni goes out on your behalf to data brokers and gets them to scrub all of your data from their records. So it's a really good way of having someone proactively out there erasing your data online so that it can't be used for like marketing or scams or other things that you don't want.
Or dark web necromancy data brokers. And that's the last thing you need.
Exactly.
So you too can get Incogni to work on your behalf and keep your personal data private once again by going to incogni.com/momcan'tcook and use code momcan'tcook at that link to get an exclusive 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Your data will thank you.
Andy, I'm just looking at my action man here, my favourite doll, my best doll.
Okay.
Look at its hair. Look how thick and lustrous it is. It makes me sad that human hair can't stay as lustrous and as fine as this.
Yes, I mean, I was just going through your hairbrush earlier looking for some hairs to use in a spell that I was planning. Mm-hmm. I noticed there's more hairs there now than there were before.
What spell are you planning? You're planning.
It doesn't matter. It's not important. The important thing is.
Right.
Men, if you're losing your hair, it doesn't mean you can't find it again. Try Hims Hair Loss Solutions and you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of subscribers who found their hair again.
That is true. It can be difficult for men to deal with hair loss, even though it is very common. But Hims is there to provide a solution. You can restore your hair by accessing their personalised hair loss solutions.
That's right. Hims provides you with convenient and quality access to a range of hair loss treatments that work all from the comfort of your couch.
The process is simple and 100% online. So there are no uncomfortable doctor visits. And you can get like personalised ways to take it. Chewable, oral, spray and serum treatments. That's probably what my doll was using. My doll looks like it's been doing chewable hair.
Yeah, you can tell by the teeth.
Yeah.
You can start your free online visit today at hims.com/mumcan'tcook, all one word. That's hims.com/MOMCANTCOOK for your personalised hair loss treatment options.
hims.com/mumcan'tcook. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Damn, I just saw that. I saw the action, man. That's impressive.
I know. I didn't think its teeth would be so chompy. We cut to Casey at the toy store. She is still in the film. She's brought the certificate to the person behind the desk. It's explained to her, each doll has its own number, as well as right here on the sole of the foot. We've already had this explained, haven't we?
Yes, we have,
fine.
Yes.
It never comes off. It's your way of proving that you have the genuine article, a real Eve. Because obviously it's desperately unlikely and rare that you would have a real Barbie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they produce one a year and one exquisite Eve doll. It cost $15,000.
So anyway, that was Casey's contribution to the film for a little while, going to a toy shop and finding out something that we all already knew. At home, Casey finds Eve in the shed doing her hair and nails. She grabs her foot and looks underneath and sees A4618TM tattooed on her foot.
Yeah, a tattoo on her foot. Aha, says Casey. Exhibit A. Once my dad sees you've got a foot tattoo, it's adios.
Yeah. So Casey's like, gotcha. And Eve is like, okay, you got me. But can we tell your dad later?
You've got me. There's no other explanation for this foot tattoo.
Yeah.
I must be a doll that's come to life increased in size over 100 times.
There's no other explanation. But we're going to have to talk to Dad about it later because tonight Tad Raxall is taking me out on a date to a work function. And now it's time to park Casey again because it's time for another very, very, very long scene.
Casey says, you can't go to a party. You just don't know when to quit. Your days are numbered. Literally. Eve just sort of stares blankly at this. She doesn't react at all. And the film cuts to a commercial break.
But the thing is, it sounds like Lindsay Lohan is sort of on set just trying to get more words in. So that
yeah. Tyra Banks won't react in the hope that it doesn't make the film.
Yeah. Your days are numbered. Literally. Adios. And that'll be it for you.
That'll be it for you. Once my dad finds out, you just don't know when to quit, do you? When dad finds out, that's when you'll quit. Your days are numbered, like your foot's numbered with a number.
Adios, Eve. Your days are literally numbered, like your foot. The number's on your foot. And Eve stares at her impassively as if to say, it's no good, Casey. We're about to have a 30-minute sequence where I sort of, grind on everyone at a work function.
So we cut to the Borderline Club.
Is it
Borderline a club? I don't know.
It looks like it's the Roadhouse from Twin Peaks. It's not. When they said work function, I was thinking it would be like, they'd have hired the room at a Hilton or something, like a kind of. But yeah, it's a bit more rustic, a bit more earthy.
Yeah, a bit more sort of like on the Canadian border.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Drew collars Dad at the buffet. You look great, he says. We see Richie arrive with Eve. Let's hope her self-defense skills are stronger than her office skills, says Drew, implying that Richie will assault her before the night is out.
Yeah, I can only read this as a joke that Tad Raxall is going to force himself on Eve.
Yeah, that he attacks women and they have to fight him off.
There is no other reading, right?
No.
Let's just hope her self-defense skills are better than her secretarial skills.
That's good joke.
So, okay, Tad Raxall and Eve, they've sort of walked in slow motion. Then Eve does some weak comedy about being a doll from Indonesia and starts eating dozens of prawns per second.
She starts chowing down on a galaxy of prawns and moaning orgasmically.
She eats prawns at a rate that you could only get away with if you were unbelievably attractive.
Yes.
You are wild, says Tad Raxall, who is now a main character.
Yeah, she's sort of forcing prawns into his mouth as well, and he's like, damn, you're attractive.
You know, like the Eve doll did back in Sunnyvale.
You never had Galaxy of Prawns, Eve? Yeah, that was a rare variant.
Yeah, you press a button on her back and she forces them into your mouth while moaning.
She fires an unending stream of prawns into your open mouth. We all had it, didn't we? We all had the force-feeding prawns.
Do you know those selfie booths they put up everywhere for the Barbie movie where you could? Would really love to pose in one of them, but it's a galaxy of prawns.
It's too many prawns.
Okay, anyway. Oh, great, says Tad Raxel, spotting some people across the room. It's Mr. and Mrs. Boring. They are some randos called John and Susan. And when they walk over, Eve says, nice to meet you, Mr. Boring, Mrs. Boring. Ah, mortifying. But it isn't, really.
Fine. We see Dad and Drew are slow dancing. He's scanning the crowd for Eve.
Yeah.
It seems. Drew thinks that he's dictating a brief in his head, but he's just not interested in Drew at all and is looking for Eve.
Dictating a brief in his pants.
Dad and Drew come up to Eve. Conga music starts playing. You have to dance with me, she says. Dad clears it with Richie, her owner.
Oh, yeah, it's so gross. It's so gross.
And they hit the dance floor.
It's so gross. You've got to dance with me. And yeah, Dad looks over at Tad Raxel and is like, may I dance with Eve? And he sort of is gives the king's permission.
Magnanimously nods.
Yeah. So, Dad and Eve hit the floor. At first, Eve can't dance, but with Dad's sensual guidance, the two of them are soon dancing so crisp and cleanly that they clear a space in the crowd. Eve's dancing becomes increasingly erotic. They're dipping and hip bashing and grinding and stuff.
Drew is not impressed. How can a girl compete with that, she says. Yeah, she's something, isn't she, says Tad Raxel, the world's richest computer genius.
The dance suddenly goes slow, and Dad and Eve press against each other. How do you do it, says Dad. Every time I'm with you, I forget all about work and pressure and clients. And Eve says vapidly, you think about those things too much. Life should be fun. Mm-hmm. And they eye each other hungrily.
Tad Raxel comes in and is like, hey, this is my woman property, and leads her off.
Yeah. Time's up, pal.
Yeah, Ben is such a nice guy, says Eve. Too nice, says Tad Raxel. If you were in my house, I'd never let you out. Alarming, I've written.
Yeah, right. Then Tad Raxel tells Eve that she's in great shape. How does she find the time, he asks. Fitness is very important, says Eve. And then she says, I'm anatomically correct. Which...
What?
No, you're not.
What? No, well, I mean, maybe the Eve dolls are anatomically correct.
I doubt it.
We don't know.
I very much doubt it. But, Barbie famously doesn't have genitals and nipples. And I can't believe I'm having to address this.
Would it be a more popular doll if she did, though?
That's beside the point. There's the capitalist thing to do, and then there's the right thing to do.
I'm anatomically correct. What do you mean?
It's very, very annoying to me because, she's a doll come to life. If you're going to do a joke, the joke surely...
About doll genitals.
Which I don't think you should feel that you have to, but if you are going to, the joke has to be that she has no genitals, right? That it's
the writers must have wanted to assure the viewers that don't worry, this doll can
I'm anatomically correct. No, dolls aren't. It's the opposite. It's it's the joke.
Famously, yeah.
It's the joke of dolls.
The writers obviously thought people will be thinking that, so we have to let them know.
Yeah,
that she is anatomically correct, because that's important to this erotic thriller we're writing. Oh, sorry, what children's film?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh God! None of these pages are usable.
And it's due in 5 minutes.
Oh God, they're filming it over there.
Oh God, Jere Burns is going to town on Tyra Banks. We're in so much trouble.
So Tad Raxel asks Eve if she wants to get out of here, and she slaps him hard because that's what she saw happen on TV.
Yeah.
Tad Raxel's like, you're right, I'm a disgusting sex maniac. I'm sorry for acting this way. And Eve says, you don't have to act at all, Tad Raxel. Women will love you for just being yourself.
Yeah, you're friendly and funny and very handsome. Wow, that's the nicest, most honest thing a woman's ever said to me, says Tad Raxel. You're friendly and funny and very handsome. Wow, that's the most honest thing a woman's ever said to me.
This is wild. She said, I don't know about you, Andy, but I didn't get the impression that Tad Raxel has been modifying his behaviour towards women to fit any social norms in particular, right? He's he's just sort of, he's got no filter. He's just saying whatever comes to mind, and it's normally quite crass and not very nice.
Yeah, he's being himself to an unpleasant degree.
Yeah, maybe try being a bit less yourself, Tad Raxel. She's like, oh, sweet Tad Raxel, the greatest, handsomest man in the world. So anyway, needless to say, Tad Raxel falls even deeper in love. God, it's been a long time since Casey was in this. But we're not done yet.
The van starts taking requests. Eve runs up. Do you know Be a Star, she says. No, says the band, but if you sing it, we can follow. And they start singing what I believe is the theme song to the Eve doll. It doesn't sort of tell us that, but it's a song about how Eve is great.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Eve's great, no matter where she goes. Dress her up from her head to her toes. On the town, at the mall, Eve loves high fashion. After dark, at the club, she'll spend the whole night dancing. Shine bright, shine far, don't be shy. Be a star, where you live, where you are. Be a star, shine bright, shine far. Be a star, where you live, where you are. Be a star.
I'm not trying to be harsh, but this isn't great, is it?
No, the singing's bad. I assume it's Tyra Banks actually singing.
I mean,
otherwise it would be good.
That would be a real con, wouldn't it? If they paid for someone else to do it, and this was the result,
and they were bad.
Yeah. So
again, Tyra Banks probably said, "Oh, I'll sing it," and then the bubble.
Yes.
The producers were like, "Yeah, Tyra Banks. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Amazing.
Damn, you're a really good singer."
Oh man, the bubble is real.
The bubble is real.
So the crowd hates this because of its qualities. Eve leads an old man onto the dance floor sensually. He's Judge Peterman. The men comment from the side. A judge from the 10th
Do you have
Circuit.
any idea who she's dancing with? Asks the stern senior lawyer. Judge Peterman, 10th Circuit.
His briefs will never be the same again, jokes Tad Raxel. A good gag about an elderly judge jizzing in his pants. Do you think we'll see Casey again in the film?
In this Disney wonderful world of Disney movie.
The wonderful world of Disney. Hey, looks like old man Peterman's just creamed himself.
Because of the sensual dancing here at the office, at the law firm's office party.
Yeah, because a living doll is grinding on him.
And just creamed his judge trousers.
So
anyway, he was on Nickelodeon. So Tad Raxel sees a woman dancing by herself. It's Ellen from earlier, who is now beautified and worthy of his attention.
Yeah.
You really look very beautiful tonight, he says. Would you care to dance? Oh, yeah, says Ellen. What is going on?
And then everyone starts dancing to Eve's song. The dance floor fills up, and just like everyone's dancing around, and they're all singing this doll song, which maybe those of them who have children will recognize it as the song from a commercial that's sometimes on when their kids are watching TV or something. But
it'd be like everyone singing the Bluey theme. Or something.
Yeah, like if at a work function, I tried to get everyone going hey, Bob the Builder.
Judge, yeah.
I don't know why
an elderly judge ejaculated in his trousers
when there are so many current children.
Yeah, and everyone was singing Bob the Builder.
I'm finding out what being royal's all about. Everybody, Sophia the First. Am I right? Hey, wow.
Yep.
Hey, band, do you know this one? Go,
yep.
go, Jetters.
And then an elderly judge ejaculates in his trousers. Which is the thing they have in a film on the Disney Channel. Oh yeah, says Ellen. We cut to Eve and Dad arriving home.
Yeah, spilling out of their car.
Ben, did you see that big lady dancing? Giggles Eve. This is a night I'll never forget.
So that's nice. That's a nice thing. It's a nice little character note to drop in for Eve, that she's like, ha ha ha, did you see that big lady dancing? Cool character, hilarious. Good energy. Well done, everyone. They go inside.
Inside, Casey is asleep, clutching the certificate of authenticity. There appears to be no babysitter.
There's no babysitter. It's not clear if she's eaten. She's asleep on the sofa. I'm not sure if she's in her pajamas. She's just sort of passed out, hungry.
There's like an ADR line where Dad goes, I wonder if the babysitters put Casey to bed. But clearly, she didn't have a babysitter. Someone pointed this out in post-production and they added a line of dialogue.
Also, probably she didn't have a babysitter because the babysitter wouldn't traditionally leave before the grown-ups get back and leave the
don't see one.
Leave the child in question asleep on the sofa.
Clutching a certificate of authenticity about a doll.
So Casey stirs when the door opens. Dad, she says. Dad walks right on past with Eve without even looking at Casey out into the garden where they start to stargaze together.
Yeah, he's pointing out the Pleiades, Perseus, Seven Sisters, Alan the Cowboy, all of them up there.
There's only one thing missing to make it a perfect evening, whispers Eve, and the two of them lean in to French. But all of a sudden, from the door, Dad, it's Casey. How could you?
Yeah.
A tearful Casey stands in the doorway. Casey, your eyes,
how could you?
They're
she
wet.
stammers. Her defeat is total.
Yeah. Eve is like, Casey, your eyes, they're wet. Insidiously and weirdly. Dad chases Casey upstairs.
Case,
Go away!
nothing happened, Casey.
She was trying to kiss you so that you would fall in love with her.
I'm not falling in love with anyone, honey.
You let her stay in Mom's special place, Dad.
Sweetie,
Nothing I do is going to make a difference. Everything is ruined.
Case,
Just go away. I hate you.
Okay. So one of the problems this film has, I think, is that I think Lindsay Lohan's acting is very good. And
too good.
It's too good. It's a lot better than the script. So you are really, I found myself really, really rooting for this f***ing doll to get melted. Like, I just want Casey's childhood to come back very badly. And Eve is like the opposite of that. And we're almost all the way through the film at this point. Eve hasn't done anything nice or spent any time with Casey.
No, all she's done is grind sexually on a bunch of middle-aged lawyers.
Doing is making judges jizz themselves.
Oh God.
Okay, so we
cut to football practice, and I've written, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Casey plays football, remember?
Yeah.
You dropped the ball again, Wienerhead, she says to the boy. She is benched for being awful.
Yeah.
No, I've got to practice. The championship game is tomorrow, she says. You should have thought of that before, says the coach, and she's benched.
Yeah, but suddenly, at the bench, who's here? Why, it's Eve. Aren't sports fun? Eve says blithely and unlikably, considering we're an hour in. She says, Casey, last night you had water in your eyes and it ran down your cheeks.
Yeah, Eve, who's aware of concepts like dancing and credit cards, doesn't know what crying is. So Casey sort of explains it.
Yeah, she explains it far more patiently than Eve deserves, I think. Being human is so much fun, says Eve. Why ever cry?
Yeah, she said Eve cannot understand the waves of grief under which Casey is drowning. She says her mum was fine. She just went in for a checkup, but they found something, and before she knew it, she was gone, just like that. Nothing was the same, and so I had to resort to necromancy.
So Eve says, I do know one thing. What happened to you was not fair. Every girl deserves to have her mother and nobody can ever replace her. You know what? I've got a great idea. Meet me back at the house. My note here is what? How did they both travel here to the school? Meet me back at the house. What? How did Eve get here?
Just tottered around on her doll legs. At the office, Drew comes up to explain to Dad that if he nails the deposition tomorrow, he nails the case and the partnership. Yes, says Dad, I know. Is there something else? Well, as you know, your job is that of a lawyer, and if you do it well tomorrow, you'll be a better kind of lawyer. Yes. I'm aware.
But there is something else. Drew has been doing a little bit of sleuthing. She has Eve's employment history, and she points out to Dad that it's insane and involves being a doctor, a cop, and a spacecraft payload specialist. Dad, and remember the bubble, says, yeah, Eve's pretty cute. Drew is like...
Yeah, she made all that up. She's got a pretty wild imagination.
Yeah, she's pretty
Maybe
dangerous.
I'm just being jealous. Maybe I'm just being jealous, says Drew. I just don't want you or Casey to get hurt. It's nice to know you're jealous, says Dad. And Drew goes, ooh.
Yeah, grins sheepishly. Just...
What?
Where's the self-respect, Drew? Whoa. It'd be like the guy at work who you have a crush on, despite yourself, I suppose, because you're watching him get through 4 secretaries a month.
I mean, get through.
Oh, God. And then he shows up. And then he shows up one day being like, here's my new secretary. She can't read. She lives in my house and like everything she has is given to her by me because she has no money and I've loaned it to her and bought all her clothes.
You probably saw her at the office party making Judge Peterman jizz himself.
Yeah. And you're like, I think maybe this isn't good. So you go,
whoa, jealous.
Jealous much? And you're like, oh, Mr. Lovely Dad. Mr. Sexy Dad, the best
win
man
Duffy
in the
from
world.
Justified.
I'm probably just being jealous and stupid, but I wonder if maybe this dangerous maniac is a dangerous maniac.
who's lied about her employment history and has taken tens of thousands of dollars from you is maybe not on the level. He's like, oh,
nice
jealous.
to know you're jealous, Drew. For God's sake. At home,
oh my God.
Eve is wearing an apron and has grabbed every single cooking utensil.
Mm-hmm.
She looks for Eve's magic cookbook, but she can't find it, so she determines instead to improvise. Casey comes home to the smell of burning and finds the kitchen on fire. This is the kind of scene that should have been at the 20-minute mark.
Well, should it? Because they fight over the fire extinguisher, they spray each other with foam, and then the roast is finally extinguished, except it's still burning in the background. You f***ing idiot, says Casey. Eve moans that she can't do anything right. And then they sort of look at each other's faces covered in fire extinguishant foam, giggle, and then collapse in a giggling hug and are now best friends.
Okay, now, none of that stuff that you said should have happened at the 20-minute mark, obviously, because it's awful. But what I'm trying to say is that this movie had space early doors for this kind of comic, what if a doll tried to do cooking mischief. It's like,
Yes.
it's the Buzz Lightyear thing of like, haha, I'm really a spaceman.
Yeah.
Now watch me try and do a thing. Oh no! And you know.
Yeah, but this is coming about an hour and 15 minutes into this hour and 30-minute film.
Very frustratingly, the lead up to this was what should have been the turning point in their relationship, where Eve says to Casey, hey, Casey, thanks for opening up to me about your mum. Hey, meet me back at the house. I've got an idea. Cut to, she's burning down the house because she can't cook a cake. This was the idea? It should have been like a nice gesture. It should have been something genuinely good to like... It should have been something...
Yeah, not I was showing off that I can make a cake.
It should have been something about Casey. But this isn't about Casey. It's about Eve. The point of this scene is for Eve to go, I can't do anything. Wah! I'm supposed to be a good role model, but I do everything wrong. And then they laugh and hug and are best friends.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick swap from, I mean, literally 25 seconds before this, she's like, you f***ing idiot, you burned the roast.
Yeah.
And then 25 seconds later, they've collapsed in a giggling pile. And then we cut to Eve combing her hair in her bedroom.
Yeah.
A pizza box is on the bed, and they're besties.
Yeah.
She says, oh, you're a pretty girl, Casey. You should show it sometime.
So you knew when this film started that there was going to be an arc where Eve turns from being a sort of inept, kind of manic doll come to life to a stand-in maternal figure. Mm-hmm. And that arc was the 1 second between Casey screaming, you f***ing idiot, you could have burned the house down, to them giggling and laughing and rolling around covered in foam.
Yeah. Eve confesses to Casey, I've hardly helped any girls, which has never sort of been a stated aim of the doll.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think.
And at this point, the whole like doll lore really goes off the deep end. She says, no one even wants to buy me anymore. So she's always known she's a doll.
Yeah. And she has access to the sales figures of the doll.
Yeah. She knows it's not real. Okay, so Casey pulls out the Eve box, to do some doll marketing diagnosis. She says that Eve is an overachiever. Nobody's this good at everything. Part of being human is making mistakes. But I'm a doll. I'm supposed to be perfect, Eve says. Perfect is boring, says Casey. My mom always said it's not about being the best, it's about trying your best.
Yeah.
And Eve is like, wow.
She takes this lesson to heart. She says, what about you? You've given up trying. You're always pushing people away, to Casey. And then they have a long talk where Eve is like, stop moping. And Casey says, Eve, you're okay. And then they hug.
Yeah. Dad sees this from the doorway and smiles, saved from having to tell his daughter himself something as simple as your mum would want you to be happy. It's like, phew.
Dad opens the door and sees the insanely hot drifter he invited into his home alone with his kid in her room. He's delighted, of course.
Brushing her wet hair.
Yeah, you really are my special friend, says Eve, meaningfully.
Yeah.
Dad interrupts at this point, saying it's past Casey's bedtime.
Outside her door, Dad is like, I haven't seen Casey smile like that in so long. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, well, I'm going to go to bed. He says it in a kind of meaningful sort of way. So I guess this is it for the night.
I guess this is where we say goodbye.
Because you'll be in the pool house and I'll be in my bedroom.
In my big old bed.
Unless. Nice.
This is silly. Silly.
I'm just a silly Billy. So Eve is like, oh, I went to Casey's football practice today. I don't know if you knew this, but she's good at it. And Dad is like, oh yeah, she's great. I used to go all the time until it became difficult. Next day, we see Casey packing her football stuff. Big game today, says Dad. I'll be there, I promise, so don't let them start without me, which is a weird thing to say if you expect to be there comfortably on time.
Yeah, in good time.
Yeah.
I'll be there half an hour after it starts. Sure, Dad, snipes Casey. We see her get an email. Her desktop wallpaper is her face playing American football on a stick figure body for some reason.
It's so sad. It's like, it makes me think that it's like no one ever took a photo of her playing football. No one doing her hobby, so she had to make her own in Microsoft Paint. Like in the background, there's a little stickman dad being like, I'm present.
I love you.
I'm proud and here.
So she got an email saying Holcroft's Book of the Dead Volume 2 has arrived. Eve is watching the news. She sees on the news that Eve dolls are selling poorly. She watched the commercial. The dolls is there.
Breaking news. Sales of Eve dolls continue to disappoint. What?
A decision on whether to cancel the doll will come in 2 weeks, says the news. Home, says Eve, trying to touch the television because Sunnyvale's on it. Casey runs in. Good news, she says. The bookstore got my necromancy grimoire. By the end of today, the spell will become permanent. I'm like, why do you need the book if you want the spell to become permanent?
Yeah. She jogs in and says, okay, let's hear it. Let's hear this so that we can figure out exactly how little sense it makes.
Okay, fine.
It appears the sun may finally be setting on Sunnyvale.
Come back!
And now let's look at local weather.
Hey, guess what? The used bookstore just got volume 2.
What?
Today's the 4th day. By sunset, the spell will become permanent.
Permanent?
Yeah, you'll never have to be a doll again. It's official. You're here to stay. Guess we won't be needing that book after all. I mean, now that we're friends and all, I can never send you back. You're part of the family.
But Casey, I just saw on the TV they're about to...
There's my ride. Gotta go. I'll see you at the game.
So Casey's like, guess what? The bookstore just got volume 2. Anyway, we don't need volume 2. Anyway, bye.
Anyway, bye. Yeah. So
yeah, what?
Good news, the book arrived. We don't need it. So
I'm off to the big game.
All right, that was nothing. But Eve, it turns out, wants to go back. But Casey won't listen. She's running off to the game. She's excited.
Yeah.
And Eve's like, no, I don't want it to become permanent. I'm a doll. I should go back to Sunnyvale. But Casey's out the door.
She's out the door.
We cut to the big game. Dad isn't there.
It's starting and Dad's still not there. Hooray!
Oh, God.
We cut to Dad and Tad and Drew in the office. Dad looks at his watch. It's 10 minutes past 3. We were supposed to be done an hour ago, he rants. They're trying to sweat us out, says Tad. Dad takes a look at his calendar. It says this, 1:30 p.m, deposition, 3 p.m, Casey's game. So the game is so the game is 10 minutes in. It'll probably finish at 4:30. No way is he making the bulk of this game.
He's in a skyscraper downtown. Yeah. I mean, just to get the elevator from the floor he's on is going to take 15 minutes.
Yeah. There's only 48 minutes of play.
How long did he think this deposition was going to take? I mean, presumably it's at least a half an hour journey if he's in the middle of the city.
I mean, it's a deposition that they've had to prepare an awful lot for, so it's probably not like just a functional thing. So I don't know, an hour is probably the quickest you could expect it to be done. So that'll be 2:30. So yeah, he's still cutting it fine to make the game, and it's now 10 minutes into the game.
The underground parking garage.
Yeah.
He's got to drive from downtown.
Got to do small talk with the people on reception.
And then he
not-
doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to go.
It's
to
not
this game.
happening. Anyway, Dad has a realization. He says, "You guys are more than prepared to handle this. Where are you going?" gasps Drew. "To a football game," says Dad heroically, like the best dad in the world.
Yeah.
On the way out, he bumps into Phil, who is some kind of boss who I'm sure we've not met before. But
No, he was the one who was like, "Oh, Judge Peterman is a 10th Circuit guy.
right.
You can't be making him ejaculate at the party."
Right, I see. Dad says, "I've missed all of Casey's games, but I'm going to this one. And if that means that I'm not partner, so be it." And Phil looks broadly nonplussed, and Dad runs
Like,
away.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah,
wild that you would be here at all. To be honest,
like, you surely had some control over when this deposition was to be scheduled.
yeah. He's like, "I'm going to my little girl's football game, and I'm only going to be 45 minutes late." And his tears stream down Phil's face. My God,
There goes the greatest
What a
dad in the world. Okay, cut 2. Casey has an 8-yard run, whatever that is.
Yeah, she gets sacked heavily.
Yes, first down, Wildcats, with 5:09 remaining in the first quarter. So somehow, Dad only missed 7 minutes of play. He teleported here, I suppose. Casey looks up and Dad waves. She is pathetically pleased to see him. Meanwhile, now, okay, I'll read my notes verbatim here. Meanwhile, in a scene I don't give a shit about already. Okay. Okay. That's really telling about how turned off I was by this film. Eve goes to a toy shop. Sad music is playing and she watches Eve dolls be taken out of the window display.
Mm-hmm.
She walks quickly to the forbidden bookshop. End of scene.
Well, the woman at the toy shop looks at the basically featureless doll and then at Eve and sort of goggles like, "They're the same." When the doll has like dots for eyes and sort of like little semicircles, a red semicircle for a mouth. And they're like, "Whoa,
Really?
whoa, it's really her."
Back to the big game. The home team trails by 4 points with 12 seconds left.
Sorry, I really love that the only two businesses in this town are toy store and a cult bookshop.
And you just sort of move from one to the other.
Move between the two, depending on your needs that day.
Eve jogs up and stands next to Dad. "I came to say goodbye," she says, but he can't hear this over the excitement of the end of the game. Casey sees Eve and is inspired for some reason. She throws long. That dip who can't catch goes for the catch.
Yeah,
Wiener.
Wiener is open. She throws the ball to him and gets sacked. Wiener catches it, runs. "Go Wiener, go Wiener," shouts everyone. But he is tackled and stops 1 inch from the touchdown and Casey's team loses. As a result of a bad football boy. Completely out, nothing to do with her.
She makes the greatest pass of all time.
Her dreams are crushed.
To Wiener Boy, who runs for the goal line and doesn't make like, I've got no problem with that thing. Normally it happens in sports movies where it has more impact, but you know that, like, Rocky doesn't win in Rocky he doesn't win, right? You know, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's quite good, isn't it? It's like, oh, what, we didn't win? No, but we blank the more important.
We learned a valuable blank about blank.
What's the thing in this situation? What's the valuable blank? Eve is like, "I'm going back to Doll Land and your mum's dead and you've lost the big game."
The end.
The end.
Dad goes to the stricken Casey and says, "That was the best pass I've ever seen." "Oh, Daddy," she says, and hugs him. "I'm so proud of you," he says. "Win or lose, you were great out there today. I'm so sorry I haven't been there for you."
Okay, this is nuts. This next line is an absolutely wild choice. He says, "I'm sorry I haven't been there for you." Casey's crying. He says, "I could never tell you, Casey, all the things we used to do together, like watch you play American football, with you and your mum and I, it just hurt too much." So he didn't go, he wasn't going to the games because being with his daughter was bumming him out.
Yeah, being with his daughter reminded him of being with his wife, and it bummed him out.
It made me sad, so instead I made partner.
Instead, I've got a kick-ass law firm, and I pig out on pizza and watch NFL with the world's richest computer genius, Tad Rexel.
So they hug. Eve watches from the bleachers and begins to cry, even though she's a doll. Amazed,
a tear flows from her eye as she touches it. She knows now why they cry.
I have no idea what she's thinking or why she's here. She looks around.
She looks around at the sum of human emotion. A child cries. A couple start frantically making out next to her for some reason.
It's so weird. She surveys two scenes. Scene 1 is two parents comforting a sad child. Scene 2 is some 20-somethings Frenching.
Just like frantically making out with each other.
Like, yes.
Hungrily going to town.
I understand now what it is to be human. You might, for example, be...
I understand the two human emotions.
Sad child.
Crying and Frenching.
Sad child and Frenching. Hey, Casey, nice pass, says Wiener Boy. For a girl, says Casey. For anyone, says Wiener Boy. So Wiener Boy managed more of an arc than anyone else did in this film.
Yeah. Eve has left, says Wiener's mum. She said she got a book, got someone to read it to her, and now she's heading home.
Yeah.
Weird thing to not question, Mrs. Wiener, but whatever.
Yeah, she said to tell you goodbye.
What? Yes, she said she found a book, got someone to read it to her, and she's headed home.
To Sunnyvale?
Oh, no. She's going back. But why? I don't get it.
Case, what are you talking about?
There's no time to explain. We've got to stop her. We're going to Sunnyvale.
I thought Sunnyvale was in middle America.
More like the middle of downtown. Come on.
But what's going on?
Eve's about to have a meltdown.
So we see Eve arrive at the toy company in a cab. She walks up to the security guard on the front desk. Sir, I'm home, she says. You're late, he says. Follow the footsteps on the floor. And we see Eve walk on big yellow footprints through the office, seeing all the old Eve doll adverts on the wall. There are two huge nutcrackers there for some reason.
It's because it's the Dream Factory. It's a House of Wonders. It's the toy factory. There's a big plush lion. There's some plastic frogs on the stairs and two enormous nutcrackers. It's a cavalcade of delights.
She presents herself at big double doors and lets herself into a room with a diorama of Sunnyvale and for some reason more giant nutcrackers.
It's got like all the Eve houses and accessories are here. It's like, I think it's
the
like...
dream house, the sporty roadster, the shopping mall.
Yeah, they look quite ropey and basic. I think the implication is that this is the room where they film the commercials.
Maybe
because there are cameras and like I don't know, or it's like a showroom. Anyway, Eve turns around and starts doing a spell. Son of suns, moon of moons, once awakened, now to return. She says loudly to no one. Outside,
Dad and Casey arrive at the office. The sun sets at 6:01 p.m. says Casey. We have to hurry. Dad is baffled. Casey hasn't explained why they're here. They run to the desk, dishevelled and panting, and ask if a beautiful woman just came in here.
Yeah, she says, did someone who looks like the Eve doll come in? And then the man says, oh, you mean the woman from the photo shoots? Yeah, I just sent her to pick up her last paycheck. No, he didn't. He said, she showed up and he said, you're late, follow the footsteps. What?
Yeah.
Woman from the photo shoots.
And also, this guy is the world's worst security guard. It's like this dishevelled, panting man turns up and is like, is the sexy woman from the commercials here? And he's like, oh yeah, she should be alone in the payroll
she should
room
be alone
right
there.
now. It's just down the hall.
Just turn right at the frogs and nutcrackers.
Why do you want to come in this office? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Just wander down the hallway, let yourself into wherever.
Yeah, so they go to the room where Eve was. Inside, they find Eve's backpack, but no Eve. Oh no!
Yeah, as they go down the corridor, Dad sees one of the Eve posters, and it's an Eve poster where Eve is showing her foot number.
What?
So Dad's like, foot numbers, is it? I see.
So it's true. She's really a real doll. Oh no, we'll never find her, says Casey, thinking the worst that Eve has already transformed back into a doll. But then, Casey, says Eve, stepping out from behind nothing.
A side hatch.
She just sort of steps into frame. Like, if you could see the room they were in, she wouldn't be hidden.
There would be nowhere for her to be hidden.
Yeah. She's just like there all of a sudden. Whatever. Casey's like, you can't go. Dad is like, wait, it's not possible. His mind is reeling. She shows him the number on the foot, and the brutal truth hits him.
Yeah.
Casey, they're about to cancel the doll. Eve says, they need me back in Sunnyvale. What?
We can get to this.
Yeah. Let's just get through it.
It is nuts.
Yeah.
We need you here. We love you, says Casey, which feels a little unearned.
Yeah,
but fine.
A little.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you might be thinking at this point, listener, that it's not remotely clear what's happening or why Eve has to go or wants to go. But don't worry, the makers of the film also realised that, so they have Eve explain it very slowly.
This is where I belong. It's my home. I know I wasn't doing such a good job there before. But thanks to you, now I know why. I can go back now. And everything that you taught me will be a part of all the dolls. But if I don't go, there won't be any more Eve.
This is unbelievable. I don't know what to say. Except, thank you.
So, when she's a doll, she's able to influence the creative direction of Eve dolls. Right?
Everything you taught me will be a part of the dolls, brackets. So the doll marketing strategy is dictated by the dolls.
So when they're deciding how to market an Eve doll, what they do is they look at the doll and they go, I know you're really conscious, tell me what we should do. It's like
and the doll's like, I don't understand marketing, I'm a doll. And they go, well, okay, I guess the company's going bankrupt. But this doll
do the people who make Eve dolls just turn on the TV and be like, oh, it looks like the dolls have made themselves another advert? At night in the studio, they all come to life.
Like elves making shoes. Yeah. The dolls have decided on a new brand partnership with Pepsi.
At no point do we hear from like an executive from like this toy company.
There's one person in this doll factory, and it's the security guard who just lets anyone in.
There's no one else here.
You don't see a single other employee.
Even though, doesn't she say big game on Wednesday, right? So it's the middle of the working week.
It's the middle of and it's not sunset yet, so it's
it's like
they're racing for 6:01 p.m. So it's like 5:50.
Oh man! Oh, they've all punched out at 5 p.m.
Not a single person in the office.
Off to the pub. Okay, so Eve has gone back to become a doll.
Yeah. A
literal unconscious doll with no brain or thoughts or way of communicating anything.
Yeah, so after Dad says thank you, they hug. Casey says, I'll never forget you. And then she walks onto a podium, waves goodbye, and the necromancy takes hold. A sort of twinkling light envelops her. She shrinks down and implastifies. Dad picks her up, this anatomically correct Barbie, and he says, how about we put her someplace real special, he says meaningfully.
And they embrace. Cut to the toy store. There's a big queue of kids waiting to buy the new Eve doll. Casey runs off to chat with her friends who tell her that her hair looks great. Dad, who is dressed casual now, meets up with Drew, and we find out that Dad made partner, because I guess Phil was so impressed by him not being at the deposition. We finally get to see what's made the Eve dolls so popular now. A girl is holding one, and when you press a button, it says, I'm Eve, show me your 100-watt smile, which is something that Casey's dad said to Casey. And so that's
Drew.
Is the toy company confused that the Eves have started saying things?
That the Eves are saying things that they weren't programmed with. Eve also has a sort of like trendy bob now and is wearing jeans and a cardigan.
Yeah, because she's learned that she doesn't have to be perfect.
No. Eve, So did the toy factory owner come in the next day and there was like a production run of 100,000 new dolls?
I don't know. I mean, they probably hope not, don't they? Because they're already like hemorrhaging money on this Eve doll situation, right? They're about to cancel the whole line, so another production run would probably sink them.
Everything you taught me will be a part of the doll. What do you mean? What
do you think?
What could it mean?
Is Sunnyvale a real dimension that the toy executives can access? Like do they sort of go in there and like negotiate with the Eves to be like, what will your avatars on Earth say and look like?
I guess. Where did all the original Eve, like Dreamhouse and Sporty Roadster and stuff, where did all that come from?
Who came up with that?
Was it the executive told them that? And then
is Sunny
whose idea was it to tattoo numbers onto their feet?
It would all make sense though if dolls if dolls were only alive when there's a magic spell. But according to the logic of this film, there is a condition under which dolls can be alive that isn't just when a magic spell has been applied to them. Because Eve remains alive in some sense, right?
Yeah.
Having, gone back into the doll. Everything will be a part of
gone back into the doll. She was still able to influence the production design of the doll.
Exactly, because she can exert her will on the universe in some capacity. Her consciousness is not fully extinguished. So why didn't they just?
This is insane.
When she becomes a doll again at the end, why didn't she just be like, "No, Casey, actually, you don't need a doll mum replacement. You and your dad have everything you need right here."
Yeah.
Touch his heart.
Yeah.
It would be like if E.T. was like, everything on my home planet will be what you've taught me. Or if, at the end of Hot Frosty, the next winter, every snowman is a sexual hunk.
What everything you've taught me, I will teach to the other snowmen.
Yeah.
It's so nuts. And yeah, Eve can now say, "Show me your 1,000-watt smile," that's what has made the doll popular. Because before it said, "You're my special friend," and now it says, "Show me your 1,000-watt smile," and all the little girls are like, "Damn, that's dynamite! I've got to have it."
Before it said, "Recycle dip."
Also, earlier on when that girl was like, "I don't want Eve, I want something with microchips in it." How's it doing the voice?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Microchips.
Probably a microchip is doing that. Oh my god. It's
yes.
It's just
so.
The
Drew
worst.
comes up and joins Dad. She says, "Where do you want to go for your congratulation lunch? How about vegetarian?" "No," he says, and then the film ends.
but not quite. But no, it doesn't quite end because
so he's still treating Drew in an offhand, patronising manner.
And Dad still loves his meat. We end on under the credits. There is a dance sequence to "Be a Star" featuring popular characters. Eve, Casey, Dad, Tad Raxall, Drew, and that one woman who got a makeover. All your favourites.
Yeah, real. We were running 30 seconds short energy.
Yeah.
They jig around awkwardly. Everyone looks like they don't want to be there.
I was involved in the making of this film. I think I would watch this bit in the edit and be like, is it weird that there's only one kid? In our kids' film, is it weird? Is it weird that on screen right now I'm looking at one child and 4 office executives
in their sort of late 40s, dancing around?
Popular main characters: Drew,
popular character Tad Raxall from So Weird,
Dad, and that one lady who got a makeover. And that's the
Ellen. We all know
Ellen,
popular
character Ellen.
There's a weird awkward freeze frame, and it ends. It's like it. I hate the word cringe. I don't like using it. But there is no other word to describe this. It is cringe.
It is cringe, yeah. Pretty bad one, that.
Uh-huh.
Pretty on fire film. Yeah.
Yeah, just a 90s erotic thriller.
Yeah. It's
repurposed into a wonderful world of Disney.
Exactly. Too horny, odd power dynamics, a weird, sinister sexual energy all the way through. And then in the last 10 minutes, the most incomprehensible plot twist. Everything you've taught me will be a part of it.
Will be a part of the dolls. What do you mean? What do you mean, though? All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Let me read you an email
to give to this.
Yes. Okay, thank you everyone for many of you emailed in the specific thing I asked you to email in about, which was the worst pizzas you've ever had, and I really appreciate.
Oh yeah, we had some great.
I really appreciate you all emailing that, but I'm not going to read a pizza email because instead I'm going to read it's not about horse disposal. Well.
Oh God.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alex, for sending this in. Hi, Luke and Andy. As mentioned in the episode on Read It and Weep, Kay Panabaker is a zookeeper at Animal Kingdom in Florida. I was also a cast member at Animal Kingdom from 2015 to 2017 and actually worked with Kay while I was there. Amazing. Thank you, Alex. And here come some insights. I was an educator on the trails, which included Conservation Station and Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is where Kay is a zookeeper for a herd of sheep and goats. She was so fun to talk to, though I didn't really get a ton of opportunities to do so because RPW was a highly coveted work location and I didn't have the best seniority, so I was usually on a different trail entirely. Kay loves those critters and posted a really sweet tribute fairly recently when one of her favourite sheep passed of old age. Since I'm sure you will get several emails about Kay and her current job, I thought I might send some fun facts about the animals she works with. Okay, Andy, are you ready? This is like a perfect cross-section of your interests, isn't it?
I am so ready, so ready.
As of 2017, the goats were almost all named for 80s characters. We had goats named Megatron, McFly, Fraggle, He-Man and She-Ra, Leia and a bunch of other names. Fraggle was my favourite. He had goat eczema that required... He had goat eczema that required him to get weekly oatmeal baths, so his fur was pretty soft. I got bit on the rear by him one time when I was mid-conversation with a guest.
Oh, boy.
This one goat that has eczema and needs weekly baths and is biting
bites people on the rear.
The sheep were generally named for other cast members, specifically the veterinary team, but there were some fictional characters in there as well. We also had a flock of chickens and all their names were kind of messed up. Orange, Dumplings, Waffles, Nugget, Buffalo. Orange was the leader of the flock. Oh, gosh. When I was working there, zookeepers, including Kay, were teaching buffalo item discrimination as a form of enrichment. It was really neat. I had no idea that chickens were smart enough for that. They had taught him the colour red by the time I left for Pandora and were moving on to other forms of training. Alex...
She left for Pandora.
I know, Alex, that is the most amazing email.
Yeah,
what an incredible twist at the end. By the time I took the King's Shilling to go fight the war in Pandora.
But I ended up siding with the Na'vi and putting my body into an avatar and becoming their leader and then making friends with the whale.
The Na'vi bit me on the rear.
There was a Na'vi who had eczema. He had to take regular oatmeal baths.
Alex, that is some absolutely spectacular behind-the-scenes treasure. I mean, I love Animal Kingdom. It's one of my favourite theme parks. I know, Andy, you're a big fan as well. So, yeah,
big fan of Animal Kingdom. And it's really nice to hear about a former Disney Channel child star who appears to be a normal, well-adjusted adult.
Yes, so. And it's just, lovely to hear that Kay Banner-Baker is doing great work and loving it. Okay, Andy. Oh, wait, no, not Andy. Forget Andy.
I meant,
listeners.
What? No.
Listeners, if you want to email the podcast, I would love it if you would. Email momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of Life Size. Do you remember watching it? Do you
remember hating
it? Probably. Let us know what you thought if you did check it out. Andy.
Yes.
What are we going to do next?
Well, sticking with the theme, we will be watching the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist.
Hooray! Good.
No, we'll be watching a Disney Channel original movie that was, it was released on 14th of September 2001.
Oh.
Tough.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay, well, sorry, the poof point.
Yeah.
Yes, but that must have been challenging.
Yeah.
I'll read you now the synopsis.
Yeah.
The story is about two scientists who invent a time machine.
What?
Who invent
Where
a time
are you
machine.
reading this from?
This is on Google. The story's about two scientists who invent a time machine.
Okay.
And a critical part of the machine falls out of the time machine before the actual testing. So
is that one of...
Run, don't walk.
Yeah. I remember this one being quite, like madcap sci-fi.
Okay, here's the IMDb synopsis.
Oh, yeah, go on.
A bad experiment makes two inventors younger and younger.
Okay, all right. There you go.
Good.
It's pretty fun. There's a boy, I think it's his parents, isn't it? They get younger and younger. So, you know.
Featured review. Not bad. Well, I really like the Disney Channel and I'm 13, so this is probably understandable to most of you, but I like this movie.
I mean, now we don't need to do the podcast. We've had
it's a perfect review.
Yeah, we've had two fresh, funny perspectives. That's all we aim to offer.
That's good. All right, we can clock out then. We'll leave it to these two jokers who are still hanging around. Right. So I'll remove the poof point. Came out in 2001. It's really good.
Look at this. Simon Mayo jingles your car keys. He opens his mouth wide.
Yeah, Simon, he does that. Yeah. So anyway, Simon, what did you think of the poof point? Right, yeah, excellent. Yeah, really
like
good.
it.
Anyway, yeah, come on back next time for more film reviews from Mum Can't Cook, a Kermode and Mayo podcast. Luke respects them so much.
I really do respect them so much. I've been listening avidly since 2014.
Just fade him down. Fade him down.
Please, Mr. Kermode, let's connect professionally.
Luke, another great day here at the complaints department of the toy company from Life Size.
Every day is a good day at a toy complaints department office.
That's right. I walk in every day with a song in my heart and a smile on my lips, past the one other employee, the security guard who lets anyone in off the street. So let's see what we got here today. Oh no, Luke, oh no.
What's happened?
It turns out that we've got several complaints here. Moon activist Sage Borealis, Vintage Alicia, Clint Hannah Lopez, Brandon Plesh and Emily W. They all say that their Stretch Armstrong has come to life and is hugging all of their relatives in a way that seems a little more than friendly.
Oh no. Well, we'll get to that in a moment, but I've got to deal with Prince Reynard, Ash, Rory James, Blake and Elizabeth. They're saying that their Sylvanian families are running amok. They've got in the walls, they're in the fridge, they've eaten all the cheese.
Oh no.
They've taken their little canal boat out in the bath.
They're all wearing whimsical dungarees and straw hats.
Yeah, but there's nothing whimsical about the little weapons they've made.
Oh my god, they've already reached the Bronze Age. We have to hurry. Here's a letter from Raimid Yema, Homemade Mask, Morland Door Romancer, The Monk, and Heth. Unfortunately, they've got Furbies that have started saying things that we haven't programmed into them. Dark things, secret things, unknowable things. The whispering. Why will it never end? The whispering.
Don't worry about that, Andy. Worry about this. Zed-Man, Adam Steele, Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, Lord of the Salt Doctrine, and Christoph have all been on the email to say that their Mr. Frosties have gone all wrong. They've been trapping their fingers, turning their fingers blue with dyes and freezing them and snapping them off.
Yeah.
These Mr. Frosties aren't hot.
Well, I was going to say this next letter is from Paul Stevens, Philip Stevens, John Sharplin, Megan Tors, and Andrew the Osteogent.
Yeah.
They said that all their Mr. Frosties have become hot Frosties. And they're sort of shirtlessly romancing them with their child minds. And they're very upset about it.
Matthew Cowan, Hannah Kirchner, Seish, Jeebus Piers Jones, and Who Needs to Sleep have all been on to say that their Polly Pockets have fold up defensively inside their little plastic castles and are refusing to negotiate. They say they've got enough grain to last 2 winters.
Damn, that's a strong position. All right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, here we go. Moth Vampire, Liz L, Raging Angel, Chase Baker, and Morven Butterworth. They say that all their Tamagotchis that died in the 90s have come back to life and they're fixing to beat their ass.
Tony B, Angel Beat, Ethan Pearson, Paul Stokes, and Shane Ente all say that their pogs have not held their value and they wish to complain. We did now that I think about it, promised that they would be collector's items.
Hey, caveat emptor, that's what I say. Luke's crippling horse corpse removal addiction, Adam Snigg, Kyle Bain, Danny Ward, and Jambo number 5. Let's see what they've got here. Oh, they've apparently their big squishmallow has come to life and it's looking to have sex with their dad. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Sorry about that.
No way. Will Thomas, Courtney Rail, Danny Bowyer, Louise Lola, and Business Corgi. I'm sorry to hear what's happening to your Nerf guns. It sounds like they've made a pledge of peace. They
refuse to fire.
They put flowers in the end, and they won't shoot any more foam darts.
Oh no, I was afraid this would happen. Julian Rundlet, Daniel Rogers, Danny Cap, Cropolio, and Snowy Owl have written in to say that Paw Patrol have gone in for vigilante justice in a big way. And that's not good. That's against the code. So, yeah, we'll have to do something about that.
Rue Kyler, Jack Fabian, Michael Saul, our Book Monster, and Michael Olson. Thank you very much. We are going to try and get it sorted out. What's been happening to your Viewmasters, where you just click through and the first few images are nicer of the Grand Canyon and stuff, and then it's like a slightly wrong Grand Canyon, and then there's something in the Grand Canyon, and then on the next one, the thing that's coming out the Grand Canyon is slightly closer. Our advice is stop clicking through those.
Stop clicking through it, although you seem to find yourself compelled. Okay, what's this? Cara Dennison, Quinn is teething, E.T., Jonathan 420 and Duchess. They say that their speak and spells, all they say is kill me. Again, shouldn't be doing that. We'll look into it. Thank you for your letters.
Cole Mastro, Andy Meany, Keith Hall, Hypermole and Matt S. Apologies if you were offended by what your Cabbage Patch Kids did. It seems they formed an agrarian commune and are hunting any outsiders who get close to their land.
Oh no, oh dear, oh no. Nurse Jake, Autumn Holloway, Andy, Alan St. George and Ethan Lappin. I'm very, very sorry that your hungry hippos aren't all that hungry at all, actually. They'll just have sort of one marble and that'll be okay for them. That'll last them the afternoon, which is disappointing. I know. We'll see what we can do about that.
Refuse to have any more. Crescentia Che, Chris Pryor, Zora Stingray, Moist Drippings, and Nerdazoid brackets Sean. You've all written in complaints to say that your Nintendo 64s aren't functioning correctly. Everything looks blocky. All the games are full of fog, and most of them are of a low quality. That's
working as it's supposed to.
Yeah. It's try and break. You'll be nostalgic for it one day. Just try and enjoy it.
Yeah. And finally, Smash Savannah Burger Boys and Girl, Saz Thompson, Will Pohoretsky, Sarah Mattix, Tim Craven, and Mike Kavanagh. They've written in to say that their pop-up pirate has come to life and is looking to make love to their father. So again, that is working as advertised. Read the fine print on the box next time is my advice.
Looking to stick little plastic swords in your dad.
Yeah. All right, well, another great day at the office. Let's walk out unchallenged because the security guard's not going to do anything.
Yep.